Oh, how's it going, ladies and germs? Welcome to another episode of Nightcap for December 20th, 2021. Good to be back. It's Christmas time. Fucking Christmas week is upon us. You love it. I love it. I mean, come on. Who doesn't like Christmas time? Don't be a fucking Grinch, dude. I know Grinches. I got Grinches in my life. Grinches that would besmirch the name of beautiful Mariah Carey. You know, all the woman wants to do is just fucking entertain us. With her beautiful voice and her wonderful arrangements. How's it going, everybody? I'm Shaun. This is Zoobox's Nightcap. You know it. You'll love it. We're going to get up to some silliness tonight. I've got something of a docket. Something of a plan here. But you know how we go. You know how we do. We feel it out. Go like this. One of these. We feel it out. Find our way through the night. We don't know what light, what dark. We don't know where we'll find ourselves. You guys see the trailer for the fucking Northman? Actually, that was just a random thought. You know what? Let's watch the trailer for Northman. That's how we're going to kick off this fucking stream. We got to get pumped, okay? We're going to be talking about masculine energy. We're going to be talking about alphas, betas, cucks, alpha cucks. That's what we're going to be talking about today, for the most part. But, you know, so we got to start off the stream right. We got to see what is an alpha. What is a man? What is a man, ladies and germs? So we're going to check out this trailer. For The Northman, David Eggers' new film. We don't usually do this on Nightcap, but like I said, this is where we're fucking getting into the masculine energy of the night. Well, we'll take a gander. We're going to take a little bit of a peek. See how it goes for us. So we can get ourselves right, in the right mindset, to get into the berserker mindset. We ain't no cucks here on Nightcap. We ain't no cucks. Hold on, let me shrink myself down. I don't want to take anything away from the masculine energy that we were about to witness. I watched this once. I actually watched it on my phone too, which is fucking not cool.
Behold.
Oh.
Now, behold.
Boy!
He's here. He's here.
Mother! Father is here!
The king, my lady. The king.
Your fate is set and you cannot escape.
I love a good crazy Willem Dafoe. I've seen a few crazy Willem Dafoe performances just in the past few days. I saw the new Spider-Man movie, the review on our channel. If you want to go check it out there. Also, I checked out the new Guillermo del Toro movie, Nightmare Alley, which is a re-adaptation, kind of a remake of a 1946 book and movie. And he's in that. And he's also like a crazy guy too. But look at that face, boy.
It.
Look at that face. That punum.
You, my son. One day this kingdom will be yours.
Thank you, father. My king.
He's like, yo, shut up, bitch. Dude, we're fucking Vikings. Don't be over here simping for your dad. We're going to have to fight to the death. Not really. What I do love about David Eggers' stuff, though, it's like all natural lighting. They really went out to a place in the middle of fucking nowhere, built these sets. Got put people in real kind of era appropriate costuming, wearing what they would actually wear at the time. When you make a David Eggers movie, you kind of make a commitment to live in a time period.
Father!
Remember, for whom you shed your last teardrop.
Eggers says, it looks interesting, but it's not very diverse. Where's the Vikings? Oh no, somebody went and made a historically accurate movie. It's not like playing an Assassin's Creed game or Call of Duty.
I can feel now.
The way that they're presenting the opening reminds me a lot of John Milius's Conan the Barbarian, actually. Honestly, David Eggers, just from watching this trailer, would be a good choice for that.
Save you, mother!
Take over Conan.
I will avenge you, father. I will save you, mother. I will kill you, father.
Why would he stow away to such a hellish place?
To find what was stolen from me.
And what is that?
The kingdom.
You must choose between kindness for your kin or hate for your enemies.
Your strength breaks men's bones. I have the cunning to break their minds.
And night by night, we will carry out my pledge of vengeance.
I will avenge you, father.
I will avenge you, father.
Kind of baller. Hagrid says, what is best in life? To crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, and to hear the lamentation of their women.
I will save you, mother.
I will save you, mother.
I will kill you, father.
Ooh, goddamn. Fucking cinema, right? It's like... It's so refreshing to just see something like, oh, it looks like they like made a movie. Like they made something out in the wilderness. Like they actually, somebody tried. Somebody took a stab at it. Northman. I cannot wait. I'm excited. Comes out April 2002. Of course, unless Omicron. Unless people are allowed to be gaslit for that long. So tonight, our main topic, at least where we're going to start off with, is Alpha Cucks. Alpha Cucks. So, apparently over the weekend, Jack Murphy, who is kind of like this masculine self-help guru, he's got this thing called the Liminal Order, which is like a club you can be part of. Liminal Order. Let me see if I can get it up here. It's like a club you can be part of. It's on his website. Apparently, like it costs quite a bit of money. It's like about $100 a month, and like it's just the kind of your average. I wouldn't call it a grift, but it's your kind of your average online things. A lot of guys do this kind of stuff. Mike Cernovich kind of came from this world as well before he kind of rebranded himself to the person that he is today. Self-help stuff. And Jack Murphy focuses entirely on like being a man, a modern man, being masculine. He had like this little, people have called it a freak out, like he yelled at this girl from, there's a podcast called You Are Here, and he had like a little moment. Now, I don't think it's as bad as what some people were saying, but what it did is kind of acted like something with the Streisand effect. Like, people in the chat were spamming like, oh, are you a cuck? Are you a cuck, Jack? Because of an article that he had written in like 2015 on his website. Because he's been kind of doing this stuff for a while, or at least attempting to do it, being like a life coach. And back in the day, which was 6 years ago, he was all about crushing pussy. Crushing pussy. God bless him. And he wrote an article about being a cuck. About how being a cuck was actually very alpha. So we're going to just take a peek here. Now, he had said on Twitter that the reason why he got upset was because she had asked him the question once before, like, what's the deal with the cuck thing? Why is everybody talking about cuck thing? And he laughed it off, and they moved on. He said, I don't really want to talk about that. And then she asked him again. So we're going to scrub back a little bit, listen to like the last like 20 minutes of the podcast. I'm just kind of curious how out of left field it sounded, because I don't watch this podcast. This is actually, it's funny. This is the second time I've come across this podcast recently. The other times we watched a little bit of their interview with Nick Fuentes. But let's see here. Let's see Alf Jack. See what he's got to say. So we went from the high of the Norseman to this. Oh shit, you know what I forgot to do? Turn off that sweet industrial music. Let's see here. There we go. There you go, Shaun. You're getting there. Sorry, I get out of practice. I was just fucking sick as a dog. I literally couldn't even speak last week. I got done doing this this newer podcast I'm doing with Mark from Generation Y over on the YouTube channel, and I was doing okay, and I was like drinking tea and like trying to keep my throat good because a few nights before, Dan Prophet and I we recorded something for Christmas night, for midnight on Christmas Day. A very Jesse Lee Peterson Christmas is coming out. It's about 5.5 hours long. And I was up all night drinking, and I was starting to feel sick before that. Holy fuck. I couldn't talk. I could barely breathe. My throat started closing up like after it. And it just lasted for days and days. I was like, I got to do a live stream tonight. I got to go back and do NIGHTCAP. And I just was not. I couldn't talk. Like I didn't like feel bad. I just couldn't speak. I couldn't speak for more than like 40 minutes at a time. So that's where I was last week.
Monday, January 3rd, and he sent you almost $100 dues.
Oh, awesome.
He gave you 2
This
weeks.
is Speedo Fund?
Yes.
Huh.
Crypto Stebbs sent also $100 dues and said,
Wow.
Merry Christmas to you, YH Clan, and to you, Jack. I hope to come see the show in 2022. That freaks me out that we're going into 2022. What is that?
Rapidly.
I'll bug Brandon about it. Knowing my luck, it'll be the Speedo Fulfillment Day. Well, you will be lucky indeed to see Elijah in a Speedo. LH says, longtime listener.
Not good. Not a good look. Not a good look.
Soon though. Soon.
Do you know what it is, though,
After
too?
bulking season, bro.
Well, yeah, you know what it is, though, too? Is that because I'm
After bulking season, bro. It begins already. How long were they broing it up before this moment? This is about 2 hours into their conversation.
because I'm a little bit retarded like that.
Super chat time.
Somehow keep thinking
Super
that I'm
chat
eventually gonna actually
time.
do this, and like I know there's nobody making me. I'm like one day, it's just like there's gonna have to be a reason. Like
You just feel
they come
guilty
out-
about not doing it?
I just feel like it's become a thing now to where it's like eventually if they give enough money, I feel bad. If it's like it's been like a year and we've raised $20,000, like
Eventually,
maybe you just got to do it. But
For you in
the
a banana
Speedo
hammock?
and the nipple fund are going to have to pay up
it
eventually.
would, but I would wear just a mask.
Oh, come on, guys.
Okay.
Let's
That's
move
right
on.
then. And a choker. You would have your little
Sydney,
mask choker.
Make the move on.
I saw a very disturbing image on the interwebs earlier.
Oh, maybe he's talking about the archived article, which actually he almost managed to disappear. He got the Wayback Machine to take it down, but people had archived it other places.
That's where this comes
I
from.
believe it was you, but it wasn't you. Or maybe it was you.
It was me.
Was
It
it
was
our
you.
faces
Yes, it was your
swapped? The male and
faces
female?
and a choker and a nude body with a mask over your penis.
Oh, yes. I think Sid posted
That was the memers. No, that was the memers from Telegram.
Yeah.
Made that. They're sick people, and I love them.
It was beautiful.
It's
You can pull
demented.
that off. You can pull it off.
It
You
was
know,
very
beautiful.
the best way to cut weight as a dude, and for a chick too. For a chick, it's to get married, right? You just pick it out 18 months in the future. Like, it'll be your thinnest you're ever wearing your whole entire life on that day. For a dude, it's like book up.
That's his advice. That's his advice to women. He's like, you know, the pressure of marriage, of the marriage day, man. You're gonna lose some weight. You're just gonna get in shape just because you like to be beautiful, don't you, ladies? You like to be hot. You want those pictures to last forever.
A Miami pool party or whatever.
Vegas.
Go to Vegas. In this case, it could be Speedo photo shoot.
Oh
You'll
my
lose that
gosh.
weight, dude. You'll get cut.
I'm
Do it.
so white. I would reflect like I would be translucent. I am one of the whitest. They have to put. Do you guys? This is
They
crazy.
got a makeup girl.
I know they
Elijah
put
burns,
makeup on
that
us so that I can
is
just
so
like.
funny.
They have to like darken my skin so that it works on the camera.
It's true.
Just go get a Donald Trump spray tan.
I'm too white. Like you can see
Sweet,
it-
you're in blackface right now?
You can see the difference between my neck and my face because or else my face would just like. It would
You'd
just
reflect the
it
light.
would reflect the light.
And you'd just
There
be
you go.
nothing.
You got
You're just
that,
like
guys.
this white blob.
Jack is black. They even had to put his white makeup on him just to lighten him up
A
a
little
little
bit of powder on me.
Yeah, he's a homie.
He's red. He's red faced. Okay, that's niacin. This guy is overdosing on niacin right now. Maybe it'll rear its ugly head. Look at him. He's red faced. This is a look. You know, this is like this is a choice. This situation. He looks like he should be in the movie The Northman. That's where he belongs.
All right,
I'm a shower.
you're a shower.
Yeah.
Jack, you guys.
So that's what his way. He's like, no. I have a big dick, guys. I have a big dick. Don't worry about it. My dick is huge. It's formidable. I have a formidable penis.
Jack Murphy, you heard it here. Jack Murphy's a shower. He can't join the grower gang.
He's not
He's
allowed. He's banned.
The shower club.
LH says, long-time listener for this small-time show. Yesterday, Sydney couldn't think of the word insidious for the deceiving, dreaded they after kiddos.
Did they call us the small time show?
It's, in quotes. It was a sarcastic.
Can I say this?
They're
too?
talking about your 1 millimeter.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I don't think Aaron Berg knew, and he's like, you got to get your video numbers up. I'm like, bro, we started the show 3 months ago.
Right.
Relax.
Right.
He said that to you?
No, he said on the show. He's like, he's like, your audio numbers are up. You got to get your video numbers up. I'm like, give me like 2 years.
Right.
Yeah.
I need like, it's not even, I don't need
Shit
anything. I
takes
just need,
time, bruh.
I need like 2 or 3 years, and we'll be okay.
Yeah, and you have to stop pissing off Susan as well. There's that.
Yeah, we need to get that woman on talking about anal, and then we'll grow.
Yeah, exactly. Disciple.
Sumerian cultures.
There you go.
Disciple says, can you please try to bring on Joey B. Tunes, a.k.a. Joey versus the World? He's our generation, needs to talk sense into selfish, narcissistic people of today. I don't know who that is, but...
All right.
Holocaust denial super chats.
Whoa.
And she reads it so innocently. And it's like, and it's always something that it's a horrible.
Like, I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. I wanted to see how it built up to him being upset. And this is really boring.
And I'm listening, just laughing. Like she'll be like,
You're killing me
how
here.
is it then that if like
Are we gonna do the ovens and the cookie
yeah,
thing
no,
now?
no, she'll read she'll read
we'll get
something
there.
so innocently. She'll be like,
We'll get there.
But they're so good and get her. They'll be like, I love carpentry and building things, and I built a wood door for my shower, but the steam still got out while I was showering. How could wood keep steam in the shower and keep the gases in? And she'll read it. And she'll be like, I don't know. I maybe like get a. She'll like respond. Maybe get like a different type of a glass door, and she just like moves on, and I'm just like,
Yeah, she doesn't know she's done it
She
until
just-
she hears me and Elijah laughing.
I'm like,
Wow.
she just like she does this, and I'm like,
I am now officially concerned for my career.
I don't
she reads this stuff, and she
Oh,
doesn't know.
he's concerned for his career because of spicy super chats. Well, Mr. Murphy, you may have really fucked yourself here.
What she's reading, and she's trying to
Dude,
be
you
nice.
could have warned me.
Well, where would the fun in that be?
She was trying. No, she's just being
We're
nice.
trying to keep it authentic.
And now it's become a thing where it's like dangerous because now people get in the chat and like regularly send these things, and they're getting more intricate, and so it's getting harder for her to hone in. And she reads them, and sometimes I'm even just like, I'm just not even gonna laugh. We're just gonna pretend like.
So this is actually an interesting bit of setup here, because as we'll find out, Jack Murphy gets upset because she didn't pre-read the question. So he's saying she's like Ron Burgundy and Anchorman, and then she just reads the prompter. She just reads the super chat without like really thinking about it. This will come into play.
She didn't say that.
That's what $50 will get you these days.
Yeah, I was
the
like-
problem is I don't live on these parts of the internet, so when I am reading these things, I have like if I can hear either of them giggling, I'm like, oh, I fucked up, and because I don't know, and I can sidestep your little holes you dig me. These ones are getting more challenging. He's right. I have a harder time. I don't know if that was one. It might have been.
Yeah. No, that's why it's not bad. You can't get canceled because she's doing it on accident. It's like you only can get canceled if like you're intentionally trying to like make light of that situation.
That's not true.
But she does it on accident, so it's okay.
I also liked the funny Jew. I liked him as well. I thought
There was a funny Jew?
He was great.
That was-
You had a
was
funny
Aaron.
Jew on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was fantastic.
Aaron Berg.
He was,
Yeah,
he was-
Elijah threw him shekels.
Oh, Lord.
They were Hanukkah coins.
Yes.
Anamorphosis.
I'm assuming.
Anamorphosis. Says
There's nothing
Elijah.
off limits on the show, to be completely honest.
It's awesome, dude.
I was like,
It's
I want to bring late
No,
night back
you
to the
look-
right.
Awesome-ish.
You look really worried. You look
Dude,
concerned.
I'm yeah, you know.
I want to bring late night back to the right. We do this show at 4:00 in the afternoon. It's like when Steven Crowder, he does like a morning show, and which is fine, but he refers to it as like late night TV. I'm like, well, then do it at night. Do it at night then.
No, it's all good. I'm just actually what I'm amazed by is the fact that you got Blaze supporting this. That's the only part that amazes me. That the humor, I get all the jokes. But like if you guys as the audience,
Well, I'm
if you
cool.
could see what
I'm cool.
when
I'm
you
a
walk
Northman.
in here, it's like Universal Studios. There's like warehouses everywhere. There's live in studios, Steve Studios over here, live audiences. This is a very first class professional operation going on, and then you guys are saying these things. That's the only disconnect. That's the only
I've
disconnect.
never
for me.
known how. Like people always like, someone's like, I don't understand, Blaze. Why did they hire you? And I'm like, it's literally the secret sauce. I'll tell everyone the secret sauce is I'm very good friends with our CEO, and That's why.
There you go. Boom.
The end.
The end.
That's it.
Well, it's working.
We've
Well-
already been told that this show's been hard to get advertisers on.
Yes.
Get out of town.
That is why the super chats mean a lot to us.
They're
and
the
people
advertisers.
supporting us.
Thank you.
Because you guys are the advertisers. That's why we try to get through all of these and read all your
All right, I
comments.
got a few
Even
more.
if
Okay.
you're trapping me. No, I want to read this one first. Because I started it and I'm going to finish what I started. Anamorphosis says, Elijah, and I apologize for this in advance, Jack, asked
boy.
Murphy about the article he wrote about literally cuckolding his wife. I wish I was joking. True alpha.
Wow. Wow, you went there with that.
Okay. So this is the inciting incident. This is where it starts. So they've established that she just reads whatever, regardless of how spicy it may be.
I have absolutely no comment on that other than to say that whatever people's perception is about that, it's 180 degrees wrong. And it has nothing to do with people think what they're thinking it to be today.
Are we talking about sex right now?
Do you know what cuckolding is?
I totally thought
It's
they were
where
reading.
you get a chicken and you hold it. And
no,
you love it.
I just blanked
And
out
then
for a
you-
second.
You make more chickens.
He's
I
just,
just blanked out for a second.
I support you having chickens.
We
I
don't
have
kink
chickens.
shame.
I like chickens.
If you have a hen house, that's great. That's you should have your own eggs. Great.
We don't
supply,
kink shame.
Great for protein.
now, is Sydney using coded language here to put the slamming on old Murph? Old Jay Murphy? I don't know. We're going to see.
You are here does not kink shame. I want to bring that out that we do not kink shame. If you're like, if you don't want to have, if you hate women, don't want to have any sex at all, that's your lifestyle. Or if you're,
Oh,
a
thank
model,
you for the
that's your
follow,
lifestyle.
two
You can, in
turds.
fact, you can be both at the same time.
Or if you want to sleep with trans Elijah, Ellie Schaefer.
Literally,
If you wanna breed
if
him,
you want to have
that's
sex
okay.
with my ankles, maybe Kez might allow it.
Brian Schultz says, "Merry Christmas and happy first day of Noodlemas."
I told you she goes there. She just like reads the chats and is just like, hey, so there's a picture. Like she just like read this. Like, is it true, Sydney, that the size of your boobs? She'll just read it like genuinely. Like, okay, and it's like you have nice knockers.
So I'm kind of curious here. Now, are they like describing the reality? Are they memeing? Are they kind of like making an excuse for her asking people difficult questions? Unclear. Like I said, I don't watch this show, so I don't know.
Thank you.
No, I'm not. I just mean like you read these like they're like someone's just telling you like, oh, I love your show, but it's like always these just like super chats that I just it cracks me up. And you read them in the same voice like. Silas King from here says, Sydney, I'd love to put my feet between your meat sacks. And you're like, thank you. And you move on. And I'm just like, okay, we read that out loud. That is on the internet for good. That's why this show has like 7 out of context accounts. Do you know about this?
No.
This show.
I'm about to find out, I'm sure.
Yes, you are.
yes.
You'll probably end up being in it because they take the show and they just take everything out of context. There's out of context Brandon, out of context Sydney, out of context Schaefer, out of context you are here,
Sure.
out of context so many things. And there's just, it is really scary what we say on the show. It's like, like I'll like see that and it's like, there was even this.
You're not making him feel better. Look
No,
at
no,
his
no.
face.
There was this quote. I don't remember saying this. It was just like this. It came up
He's stewing. Look at this face. Look at this man. Hold on.
because they take the show and they just take everything out of context. There's out of context Brandon, out
let's
of
look.
context Sydney, out of context Schaefer,
Yeah,
out of
yeah,
context you are here, out of context so many things. And there's just, it is really scary what we say on the show. It's like, like I'll like see that and it's like, there was even this.
You're not making him feel better. Look
No,
at
no,
his
no.
face.
Look at him. Look at him. He's stewing. He's stewing. This is a man that is upset. And he's trying to let it go. He's trying to find his way out of the niacin rage. The niacin induced rage. He's got a very clear skin. I'll give him that.
There was this.
He actually looks a little bit like like Alex Murphy. A little bit like RoboCop with a beard. That dome, you could see it. Could you see it? Can you see it? I can see it.
Quote, I don't remember saying this. It was just like this. It came up, and I was laughing at my own thing because I was like, yeah, I don't know what the Congolese Africans are doing using plastic bags as condoms. It's just kind of gross, and also premarital sex is disgusting. And I don't know. I like whispered that in the mic right after, and I was like, when did I do that? I don't remember what date this happened.
My favorite one was when Elijah's like, I don't hate retarded people.
That's the whole clip.
I just wanted some quotes come on. Like, did I say that on the internet? Oops.
Okay, well, Brian Schultz wants
RoboCop doesn't flush, Hagbard says. Excellent point. Bingo bango.
to wish us a Merry Christmas and a
See?
Happy Noodlemas.
Or yell at kangaroo bitches.
For the entire cast and crew, and he will miss us over the holidays and can't wait till you're back. Well, we too will miss you, Brian. Good Skateboard Co. says, Merry Christmas, guys. Next couple of weeks going to be boring. Don't drink too much eggnog. We certainly won't. Same to you. Not Chili Boo Boo says, hope you all have a great Christmas. Also, do you know Ice Bank myself? Oh, I hate
You got it. There you go.
I hate you guys so much. Jesus Christ. A sour cream citizen says, can't watch tonight, but just thought I would share that I hope you all are utterly wrong about the vax. My older bro just vaxxed his 7-year-old. Oh, that's really sad.
That's sad. I got one that said, Edward just said, Tyler from Zeducation. And that's cool. We also have Silas King says, what are your opinions on mass formation and the idea we are in one now? Love all of you guys. That's a really long one. I can't answer that now. Do you have an opinion on that?
I think it's pretty clear that people are acting in ways that are not helpful to their own self-interest, and you have difficulty explaining why people do things that are harmful to them. Having an explanation of mass hypnosis is a good and convenient sort of answer for us who are trying to apply a rational filter to irrational behavior, but is something like that possible? I don't know. Adam Curry brought that up to me when he was on my show recently, you know, the original MTV VJ Headbangers Ball from back in the day. He's got a great podcast now called No Agenda, and he brought that up to me, the mass hypnosis, and I haven't dug into it, but it makes sense. Makes sense.
I love it. Young Paige Shanks says Elijah is named after the prophet. I won't misspell. It's true. Sagittarius Enton said more like Morpheus, Brandon. Small Rabid Monkey said, read the book Behold a Pale Horse by William Cooper in the 17th chapter, but not anymore. Also, commercials are not subtle at all anymore. Huh? Stargush says...
I guess they really do just read anything. They just read it all.
Dem strategy, reverse psychology, and on minorities, that the threat is white supremacy. Minorities attack whites, invoke white rage, checkmate for the new KKK. Unvaxxed are discriminated already, and speech is segregated by race. That is true. Brett Ain't Dead said, unfortunately, the proliferation of technology leads to authoritarian collectivism. Future looks gay. Merry Christmas, Sid and Jack and Elijah.
Mr. Dickon Bowles says, hey, Jack.
See, that's what she does. She does this. Like, she reads it like that's normal. Like, it's not even, she's not even saying, I'm not going to skip the name. She just goes, Mr. Dickon Bowles.
He's really, like, playing so hard into this. Like, so hard into that she does this. Like, it's, you know, it's funny for a couple times, man, but we've been watching this for 10 minutes. It's like the 30th time he's brought it up. You see, I wonder if they're trying to put Murphy at ease. They like see he seems uneasy for some fucking reason, as if he also doesn't have all of these kinds of things in his career or life. I mean, he's a YouTube guy. He goes on the Beanies podcast. He's always on Timcast. Bunch of spicy things there as well. Come on.
Said.
Could you please clear up the Cuck article you wrote?
So. People kept asking, obviously. I think the chat, from what I understand, the chat for most of the show was talking about this because, you know, people get in there. The trolls get in there. They show up. They see somebody they don't like or something, and they just go ham. But here we go. Let's back up a little bit. Let's hear it again. Hear it fresh. This was what caused all the consternation on the internet this weekend.
Mr. Dukenball said,
could you please clear up the Cuck article you wrote?
I am not going to talk about
Again?
this.
Okay.
And basically, you know what? Fuck you for bringing this up right here and right now. Why are you doing this to me?
I didn't know that. I didn't know what it was.
Well, just use a little bit of fucking common sense.
Sorry, apologies.
Like, is this the alpha? Is this the liminal order? Is that what this is an example of? Like, he just made it so much worse for himself because of his own insecurity about something he wrote. You know, when you write things or you do something stupid on the internet, the only thing you can really do is kind of just lean into it and even give even some kind of sincere thought about it or a statement about it. You could just be like, hey, you know, I was a different person then. I've changed a lot in 5 or 6 years. But that's not what he does. He just goes on the attack. And it's so weird. I mean, this is an older gentleman. And when he wrote that article, he was also an older guy too. So it's not like the dalliances of some sort of immature 22-year-old or something.
Please.
Yeah. Fuck you.
Elizabeth.
Heartfelt.
Elizabeth.
And he couldn't let it go. He had to keep going. And she's just like, oh, okay. It's so awkward. It's cringe. This is what the internet's made for, though. It's made for the cringe.
Harrison
Crange
says,
apple.
Gonna miss the show, but have a good break. IHTAC, what's that? What?
Now, see, now they're playing this off as if it was just a coincidence. Now, the guy that works he's the producer, the guy that works the buttons, who's changing the camera angles, he's laughing because he knows. The thing is, we'll read the statement they released after this to suggest that they didn't really know what was going on. We thought he was talking to the super chatter and not Sydney. That's complete bullshit. And it's obvious by what's happening right now that it's not true. They just didn't know what to do. They felt uncomfortable. That niacin rage is real.
Nothing. I literally was just coughing. It's just an inconvenient cough.
Norfolk says,
See, it was an inconvenient cough. He knows that it looks like, awkward moment. So he acknowledges that. He acknowledges that there was some tension there.
Sydney, you're looking really great tonight. Thank you very much. Try to think says, Elijah,
So-
just buy a damn
There's 10 more minutes, and I think Murphy, he storms off at some point.
house already and quit paying other people's rent. Also, come buy me a drink. I'm in San Antonio for the weekend. Sid, some women should be seen and not heard. Your mother...
Okay. They got a great audience. If I was this chick and I was in that situation, I would have asked him again. I would have waited like 5 minutes and I would have asked him again. Hagbert says, new Al Gore movie about COVID, an inconvenient cough or coof.
There was a hamster says, spam, wonderful spam. What?
Nothing. Okay. I also have one from David Toronto that says, wait, no, I missed one.
Actually, if you wanted the real Chad move, the real alpha move would be if that dude, this Elijah dude, now if he asked the question next, he should just pull out from the chat. You know, there was 50 more of them. And then he should have asked them. Get some real fireworks going.
KB Lorraine says, government actually loves us. Stockholm chips. Ah, okay. I don't know what that is. David Toronto, I wish Jack would have been there. That's true. I think, though, that, Jack, that people don't realize this when people are big and strong is like, this is why people are like, oh, that guy's a tough guy. If you're a tough guy, you don't have to put on a tough guy act. Like, if you're smart, the people that are like, I'm smart, I'm this, I'm that. Just because when you're buff and you're jacked and you're tall, literally, and your name's Jack, just because you're buff and you could beat people up, you probably would, you don't need to use your strength, because if you needed to use it, you could win. So you'd probably just usually be calm and chill and just be like, yo.
What I have found throughout time is that I have to be extra super special nice.
Oh, really? So here's the thing. Like, so he just said, like, yo, if you're really an alpha, you don't have to tell people you're an alpha. You kind of just are because you're secure. You're comfortable in your own skin. You don't worry about dumb shit that people say to you or dumb shit on the internet. So he's going to say, I have to be extra super nice. Really? Hagbert says, hey, Murphy, you like to eat cream pie? I like to suck the cum out of your lady's vagina, buddy.
Otherwise, if I just stand there, people think I hate them and I'm about ready to kill them just for being virtue of 6'4", 250.
I know.
Otherwise, I got to be extra super special nice.
I was afraid to hug you. I was like, I saw you. I was like, this guy's going to, he's going to cut off my blood circulation. Just.
This guy's going to try to fuck me. He's going to try to fuck me hard. Well, he was wrong. You might ask him to fuck his wife, but not him.
I just feel like my spine just going to go, I'm like, all right, I'm paralyzed now. What was your paralyzation story? Hugged Jack Murphy.
Peter B says, the hat yesterday was cool. I actually predicted it in the chat.
See, we just saw Damage Control live and in person. Live on stage, Damage Control. It is exactly what the fuck happened. So, it's just so, I hate, for lack of a better way to put it, it's very beta. As Jesse Lee Peterson would say, beta, to do that.
Tuesday, I want to buy more Sydney merch. What do you recommend? Happy Christmas, Elijah and Sydney. That one's a good one. I don't know. Just check out the merch store. There's a bunch of stuff on there. I don't know. I don't know what to recommend there. Ionize G says, Merry Christmas, Sydney. Elager Jack Brandon. I'm not sure. Minnie, I don't know what this is. Can't help with the beard growth, Elijah. Sydney, you should watch Yujo Senki. Give it 2 episodes. I'm assuming that's an anime. And Elijah, yeah, grow your beard. Tank Top Mayo Monkey says, all right, Elijah, this is psychological op. I don't know what that's in reference to.
We're not.
I just am that guy. I am that guy.
Stephen Brandt says, Sydney and Elijah Jouar, I am Omicron. Heidi K says, super cute boots said, happy Friday, y'all. Happy Friday back to you too, and thank you very much. Edward says, Elijah, and this, I can't even read that. Sydney, enjoy your holidays. Please bring Jesse Lee Peterson on your show ASAP. Congrats on your baby.
Bring Jesse Lee Peterson on ASAP. Come on. Beta.
Be with Mercedes July. You're very lucky.
Everyone thinks that everyone here is getting pregnant. I actually wrote that we need Jack Murphy memes on Telegram because I need something good, and I need because we already gave birth to John. John's
Oh boy, did they get Jack Murphy memes this weekend?
already born.
Yeah.
So Jack's got to come into the meme world. I love it. I'm hoping. Let me see if we have anything good going on here.
Well, next time you and Mercedes July are expecting,
Yeah, and Jack and I are having twins together.
This is true.
Not triplets, just twins?
Yeah.
Hoof Art says, when are you going to petition the Texas government to allow Canadian Christians to be religious refugees? They're super close to shutting us down. Texas needs more right-wing people, right? Yeah, Texas is getting pretty purple, and we wish that we could save you all Canadians and Australians and New Zealanders as well. You guys, I really feel sorry for what's happening in your countries. Kyle S. says, so Jack, are you vaccinated? Do you
No.
believe that kids should be vaccinated?
I really don't think they should be, and I've tried my damnedest to make sure that my kids are not, but I'm divorced, and I've got to deal with another person that has joint custody, legal custody as well. I am not vaccinated. I don't advocate for kids to get vaccinated. Nope.
Chris H. says, greetings from...
Oh, see, he had to be short. He had to be short. Because that was another kind of dig, because that's a callback to an episode of Timcast where Tim dresses Jack down like a beta. Because Jack just completely folds and Jack just kind of weeps to himself. Maybe we'll watch that as well. Because Jack doesn't get that. He got more upset at her reading a super chat than he did when Tim Pool told him, literally to his face, you love the state and the system more than the health and safety of your children. And Jack says, no, man, you don't get it. Fucking beta.
GDR 2.0, where unvaxxed people can probably wear a yellow star now. GDR. Germany?
Yeah, this is already... So the memes, I'm going to have to send them to you. They're very good. Already, you and Sydney are like black African warriors giving birth, and I'm the baby. And I have like a little micro penis. Okay,
You're the baby?
This is really... They've taken it... It's Jack. Oh, I can't. Some of these I'm going to send you privately. These are things that can't go on the public. They're on Telegram. These are two. I'm emailing these to you right now.
Greg Williamson says, take my money. So glad I caught the last show. Merry Christmas to you all. Have a safe and wonderful holiday. Back at you, Greg.
Wait, they put your beard on me, and I look like Rogan O'Hanley.
Edward
That
says,
is very scary.
Elijah Biden for Putin. Oh, sorry, Elijah Biden.
Jack, Jack's just sitting there like, that's very funny, Elijah. How much longer do I need to sit here? This cum seats.
Or Putin for 2024. One or the other. Neither.
Putin.
Putin?
Yeah, Putin's not bad.
Okay, Liliana says, hey guys, did you
Okay,
hear
guys.
Trump is going to attend a church in downtown Dallas this Sunday? I think he's going to send a Christmas greeting at the end. Oh. Hunter Few says, Jack, I'm a single father of 3 who works full-time and we both live with my parents. Any words of advice or encouragement? Also, love to Mummy Sydney and Daddy Elijah.
Just keep going, dude. One foot in front of the other. Before you know it, this will all be in the rear view mirror. Don't stop.
Mark A says, happy holidays. Back at you, Mark. Mina Dady says, happy Friday, y'all. I'm overwhelmed with a sense of urgency still, yet it seems like nobody cares still. The show is where people seem most sane. We seem most sane.
They think we're sane? Well, that says all you need to know about the world right now.
Pork Lamb says, R.A. pooped in the pool. Sydney say, please. Please.
I have one here. Oh, do you see the pool closed? I think you already have that, right? Uninvited Party Crasher says, can't watch live tonight, but if this is your last episode, know that I only simp for I'll hire Jarg's ankles.
You reading?
trying.
Lasha Toodle Shivlili. Lasha said, Tim mentioned both and said you should come on today. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Cyborg says Jack Murphy is. I don't know what these mean. Never mind. Captain criticizes at the end of the.
Oh, Dog got bit. Dog got bit. He knows not to go there again. Again, more proof that they knew it happened. They knew it happened in the moment. They tried to be professional and move along, as you probably should. But at the same time, how can you not help yourself? I couldn't help myself. I would have to just I'd have to dig in.
Chip clip. It said it wasn't for sale. We'd have to buy it. And then also people are saying that it's a mark of the beast. I don't know how much time we have left to finish these, but I will say that I'm looking through some of these. Sorry. Illicit Barrett said, I've been watching your channel separately for about 3 years now. Very glad that you two have created this podcast together. I haven't missed an episode. Merry Christmas and see you in the new year. That's epic, and we want to see you in the new year as well. Guys, if you're watching the show right now and you want to support Jack, I did while you were just taking a quick swig of your drink earlier, I did plug a bunch of your socials and tell people where they could find you and everything. But also
when I ran to the bathroom.
Yeah, well, I was trying to cover for you and be like, yeah, while you were
another classic alpha move, not being able to hold your bladder. I feel you though. Actually, I feel him. Doing this for hours at a time. I feel you, Jack.
I was drinking water in the corner. But where can people find you? What's the best way they can support you?
Yeah, at Jack Murphy Live on Twitter and Jack Murphy Live on YouTube is the best place.
And I will say this is a personal endorsement as someone who actually consumes Jack Murphy's content as a consumer and as a friend. I do vouch for it. And I think that the stuff that you're doing and the work that you're doing is amazing. And also, I agree with you, to the trolls out there that don't understand life, fuck you as well. I have to say that through adversity, there's very few people I've seen in this game that have gotten as much, not only bullshit in the past, but still continue to get fucking losers come out and give you shit. And I've seen you stay strong, and I've seen you stay alpha, and I've seen you.
I've seen you stay alpha, except for a few moments ago.
Rise above that. And so, like, for a lot of people, they're very entertaining, but in real life, they're not somebody who you'd want to be like or be, or they're not actually enjoyable people. But Jack's the real deal in real life. Absolutely kind and great person. And so,
and you can fuck his wife. I mean, how many guys out there let you fuck their wives? Not enough, says Jack Murphy.
You are a young man and you're trying to understand what it means to be a man, and there's not a lot of good examples. Jack has a lot of resources, and if you just follow his content and his work, there's a lot of good people too. It's not just you, but
of course,
a lot of good people in that circle, and it's like a pseudo manosphere is what I mean. Is like it's not gimmicky, but it's where men can be comfortably men. And again, women, if you're...
It is very gimmicky. It's very fucking... Like, his whole liminal order thing is very gimmicky. Hagbard says, The Rock would have just pissed in a water bottle, Murphy. Alpha Rock. Beta Jack. Exactly. That's how you know I'm an alpha as well. I did pee in a bottle during a nightcap one time. Just so you know. That's how dedicated I am. That's how fucking alpha I am. We don't take breaks.
If you're looking for good men, that's where you can find them.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Thanks for having me on the show, man. Appreciate it.
Really appreciate it. Anyways.
He says, it's you, cunt. It's you, bitch. Try to get underneath my skin. I'll marry you and invite Elijah to fuck you.
Guys, this is our last show of the holiday season. We got Christmas. Hanukkah just ended. I know my family's celebrating Kwanzaa. We're very big on that. I'm Sydney celebrating Christmas still. I even got her.
That guy, the guy that's working the controls, he sounds like, what's his name? Salacious B. Crumb. He's like, just laughing in the background. I mean, just mute your mic.
Remember, don't forget, I got her the Spaghetti Monster Christ iconography. She got me the Bible flask. And then, was it Brian Schultz that sent this?
I don't know who sent that. You just handed that to me.
Brian, the kangaroo on the sleigh. We're very, very happy to have had that. Anyways, Sydney, do you want to close us out?
You want me to?
Jack's like, I will not listen to this anymore. Hagbard says, Mike Watt wrote the theme for Pissing in Bottles. Piss Bottle Man. Evan Dondo on Vox. Okay. All right, maybe we'll close the show with that.
Last time.
Yes, last time, mess it up.
Guys, we will be back in early January. We will miss you, and we do hope that you guys have a really, really, really happy and safe Christmas and a happy New Year as well. And we will be, on our own socials as well, so you can always follow us there. As we like to say here, life is, in fact, a lot of bullshit, and unfortunately, you are here, and so are we. And we will see you in a few weeks. Like I said, stay safe and well. Have a great rest of your evening. Have a great weekend, and a Merry, Merry Christmas.
Jack's gonna run. He's like, I'm out. Alpha out. I will not be mistaken. I'm Alpha. Jack, where are you going, Jack? Jackson. He's just like, I don't need you fucking assholes trying to hurt me. I'm fine. Gotta take a dump. I love this. I love that they let it play, though. Blaze TV, everybody. Okay. Well, now that we've seen that, where do we go from there? Okay, so I don't know if he did it. The quartering said he was going to do a dramatic reading. Let's see if he did one. If he didn't, I will do a dramatic reading. Men's life coach Jack Murphy has meltdown when asked by Sydney Watson about article. Oh, so he just did a video of it. So that guy, the quartering, who I'm not actually a giant fan of. I mean, he's fine. He's just, a pop culture channel. Doesn't really have much to say about much. Honestly, he's like reads articles and he's just like, woke stuff is stupid. I'm like, okay, thank you. He said he's the one actually that kind of blew the spot up a little bit. He was on Twitter very offended that somebody had gone after his friend. But yeah, so I guess we'll read it. We'll read it here. We're going to read through Cultivating Erotic Energy from a Surprising Source. Now, fun little factoid. Jack Murphy definitely tried to get rid of this thing over the weekend. The original archive of it on the Wayback Machine was removed. But other people put it other places to preserve it for posterity. You know what I mean? So we're going to check it out. I have not read through the whole thing myself, so maybe we'll see if he's true. If what he says is true. Is it 180 degrees different than what you think it is? I guess we're about to find out together. Hold your butts. There we go. From archive.today. Cultivating Erotic Energy from a Surprising Source. This is written on October 9th, 2015 by Jack Murphy. Also, we have the comments section as well. Discus, even though he's taken this off of his site, the Discus comments are still available. And they were found, and I have them. Hagbert says, the quartering makes enough money streaming to afford a fucking plane. You deserve a plane, Shaun. Thank you, Hagbert. I appreciate it, buddy. If I wish I could just, I don't know, be a little more palatable maybe. All right. So let's check it out. Let's read it together. Before we do that though, let me see if I gotta find some kind of romantic music. You don't want to just read it dry. You gotta lube it up a little bit, you know what I mean? Let me see here. And I have to do no copyright. No copyright. Love music. I don't know if it's going to be long enough. Old romantic songs. Love beats. Instrumental beats. I need a long one, though. Alright, well, we'll just... maybe we'll play it on a loop.
Hey, travelers.
What the fuck? This is not what I'm looking for. This is not right. They're really fucking my shit up here. Here we go. That's the jam right there. There it is. Woo! Really starting to get into the spirit now. I have to turn it down because it's got lyrics. Come on. All right. Here we go. Cultivating erotic energy from a surprising source. Today, I sent my adoring, loyal, hot young girlfriend of 2 years to have sex with a stranger from Tinder. She is currently at his apartment, checked in with me via text, and is presumably sucking and fucking her way to a good time. I'm alone writing. Couldn't be happier. Now, before you write me off as another salon.com freak who wants to be a cuckold or some kind of spineless beta under male, hear me out. This has been a long road. My manhood is intact and my dick is hard. I'm almost 40. Years ago, after my divorce from my blue pill marriage, I found Royce, Roosh V, and eventually Rational Male. Along the way, I made friends with Cernovich, and we came up together in the game. This is kind of funny. These are name-dropping some people. I've learned and practiced Tantra, various elements of BDSM lifestyle in just about every angle, pun intended, for male/female relations. From experience, effort, and education, I've become an expert. I learned over time how my natural disposition to be dominant. For submissive women, I'm practically an ideal. I've had sex slaves, little girls, and tied them all up. Feminists seek me out to fuck them like the patriarchy. And yet I've just sent my 15-year junior girlfriend to bang Matt from Tinder. Why? Years of being in a dead marriage, sexless, undesired, unappreciated, made me question myself, made me question my manliness, and made me question my worth. I was emasculated. In couples therapy, the 60-year-old shriveled arbiter proclaimed my sexual urges unreasonable, that my wife had no obligation or even a passing concern for the existential angst my unrequited sexual energy was creating. I was dying. My personal Maslow's unmet. But they didn't care. Ultimately, divorce and subsequent rape followed. From that disorder, my new persona evolved. I made it a goal to become objectified. Was that the healthiest conception? Maybe not. But my ego demanded it for survival. I had become reaffirmed sexually. In many ways, sex is about being accepted by the other person. Human beings are designed for attachment and affirmation. We need it. It is okay to be It is okay to desire being affirmed. Not getting that from your wife and not being able to get it elsewhere is damaging. It takes healing. So away I went on a journey whose goal was to become desired purely for sexual and physical reasons. I wanted to be the most memorable sexual experience for each woman I slept with, to ruin her forever, in a good way. I wanted a lot of sex, and I got it. I succeeded, and maybe now I'm even sated. The edge gets far from the center eventually. Excitement and novelty can wear off. Even novelty can become boring. There are only so many approaches to sex, so many different ways of doing it. Only so many different kinds of people and lovers. For me and those of us who like to push the edge, eventually the only areas left to explore become things you can only do as an evolved couple. Intimacy and vulnerability are essential to form the trust which becomes the launching point for erotic explorations. Unfortunately, over time, intimacy as practiced today tends to lead to the extinguishment of the erotic flame. A sad irony. Truly getting to know your partner can kill the spark. Estel Perel, author of Mating in Captivity, writes that intimacy can destroy desire and passion. When two become one, there is no gap to bridge. That gap is where erotic energy lies. Creating and maintaining a gap between two people who live together takes special care. When my girlfriend and I decided that I'm going to rape her whenever I want, that appearance of non-consent gives us extra erotic energy. Rape is certainly about bridging a gap, as it were, and inherently contains a certain anonymity to it. It turns on her like crazy. I love it. Healthy, vigorous sex can and does include violence and aggression. Power dynamics are often at the core. But we decided in advance that it was okay, and we have an established code of conduct. It is suspended disbelief. This disbelief allows us to create a gap to close. It creates space for desire to reach out to the other person. Role-playing stranger rape puts us into different personas for the moment, creating mystery, danger, and desire, i.e., it's fucking hot. Matt from Tinder helps us introduce another element which requires suspended disbelief. Just like my girlfriend knows I could nor ever would actually rape her. I too know that my girlfriend is not going to leave me for some guy she met on Tinder today to fuck. The entire experience is regimented according to my rules. I introduced her to the idea. I pushed it. I told her to go on Tinder and find someone. Holy shit. Whoa. On the day in question, I tell her when and where to do it. She checks in with me via text. I know where she is, and I am waiting for her. She is not alone. She is on a mission sent directly by me, and the entire point is for me to get turned on in a way that wouldn't happen otherwise. The excitement, eustress, and anticipation put me in a different state. I get turned on knowing someone else wants my girl as badly as I do. Yes, I get turned on knowing she is fucking someone else. We've done it together where we picked a guy up at a bar, took him home, and I watched them have sex. Or we've brought a guy from Craigslist over and I took pictures as he banged her. This time, I just sent her on her way and gave myself time to write and relax, knowing that exceptional sex waits upon reunion. The time she spends with the other guy isn't really hers alone. It's ours. It's mine. It's her acting out my ideas. Jesus, this is like a little psychotic. Because, like, you know, he's saying, like, the things he was talking about, like, kind of, like, the nature of relationships and the ebbs and flow of passion and blah, blah, blah. Some of that stuff is true. You know, you gotta, when you're in a long-term relationship, you gotta fucking figure out how to make those things exciting, I guess, for longer, maybe. And you also have to accept, like, the peaks and valleys. That's part of it. Everybody's a person. This guy seems like he has real control issues, like very insecure. Her behavior is manifestation of my will. It is not incongruent with our dominant submissive relationship, as crazy as that may sound to some. When she was finished, she rushed back to me immediately, and we had the best sex ever yet again, each time surpassing the last. New peaks 2 years into it. Oh yeah, with your super long-term relationship of 2 years. Oh my goodness. Putting ourselves into that situation creates a newer, crazier level of erotic energy that leads to even better and more powerful sexual experiences. Call it sperm wars, fear of losing her, or jealousy. All of it contrived by our own suspended disbelief. It leads to an amping of my own sexual energy in a way I've not experienced anywhere else. Basically, I got to spend time writing and being alone, my preferred activity. And in return, I get hotter, more satisfying sex with a sexy young girl that I love. Our bodies are fickle creatures. I don't think love or lust is designed to do much more than trick us into getting her pregnant. A temporary insanity cloaked in oxytocin and dopamine. It fades, usually 18 to 36 months in, and you're left wondering where the spark went and how to get it back. Ooh, boy. Projection City, huh? I hope she has your eyes, dude. This outright manipulation of sex hormones through contrived, consensual sexual activities involving a third person is just another biohack. It can be part of the repertoire of the individualist, self-regulating male. But not just anyone can or should jump into something similar. What I'm talking about is advanced stuff, guys. Apex level. There are ground rules and conditions precedent required before closing on a deal like this. Cultivating erotic energy can this way be risky. Your fame and trust must be impenetrable for this to work. You have to be in a certain place yourself before you can even try this. From my experience, I've deconstructed what has worked, and here's how you do it. Well, this should be interesting. Learn game. Get fit. Raise your status. Before you attempt a Matt from Tinder scenario, you better already be at the top of your game. Follow everything Mike tells you to do at danger and play first. Once you've mastered yourself, then you can master advanced shit like this. Now, Mike is Mike Sternovich. That's who he's talking about. Danger and Play is his old website. Take baby steps. Go through all the other stuff first. This is for when you're sated. This is for when you've already experimented with BDSM, Tantra, or whatever else gets you going. Extinguish the thrill of novelty first. Have threesomes with other women. Have girls on the side. When that energy ebbs, when you find yourself wanting to work more than even talk to other girls, much less put in energy to fuck them, then start to consider something like I'm suggesting. You actually get an erotic charge from doing nothing. Highly efficient. The day after nights like this, I'm usually creatively supercharged. Alpha cuck. You must be dominant and she submissive. If your natural disposition to be submissive, you have already lost the fight. Go back to step 1. You must be dominant in your personality and relationship, so much so that you and she acknowledge it and she embraces her submissive nature to enhance your own dominant one. Oh boy, a lot of insecurity here. You must trust her. Trust is another word for being able to predict someone's behavior. Trust encompasses knowing your girl's position in life, where she is mentally, emotionally, financially, professionally, such that you know how she is going to behave. Your trust comes from the fact that you never know, or that you know she won't leave you because you're the man of her dreams. You've mastered yourself in the game such that you know you're the one doing the choosing. That's how you trust her, by being amazing. It must always be your idea. If your girl brings this up and you insist over your protestations, you might as well just pack up your bags, because that relationship is already dead. This experience is about you, your needs and your desires. She will love it because you want it. Staying true to your own desires and not settling for anything less will turn her on. You must set the tone, the pace, and be the sole decider as to when, where, and if at all this actually goes down. You have complete and unfettered access to her phone and social media account should you choose to look. Myself, I like to look at the text and Tinder messages from potential third parties because it turns me on. I use that sexual energy and turn it right back around on her. Bottom line, you must be in control 100%. Have her fuck a young guy. Assuming you're in a relationship with a younger woman, as you should be, you should have her bang a young guy on the side. This way she really will only see him as a physical fling rather than any potential competitor for her loyalty. Your status, maturity, and vastly superior world knowledge will keep you secure. Have fun. Check in with yourself. Make sure you're enjoying it. If you're distressed, actually insecure, or feel like you're compromising yourself, do not engage. Go back to step 1 and start over. This is meant to enhance your life, make you more vigorous, and hack your hormonal environment. If it's not lifting you up, then you should try something else. Some of this, or maybe all of it's going to challenge you. Some of you are going to call me a cuckold, a pussy, or accuse me of being somehow less of a man. Maybe you think I'm secretly gay. If you're feeling any of those, you should probably look inside and ask yourself why what I've decided for myself is making you feel that way. This is apex level stuff, like I said. It's not for the neophyte. It's not for those who aren't dominant in their relationship. It's not for those whose woman is pushing the agenda. It is for those who are developed and mature as a man, who have learned about relationships and themselves in the process. It is for those who can begin to grasp what cultivating erotic energy means and comprehend it is essential to keep it alive as time progresses. And most importantly, it is for those who are willing to push the envelope within the bounds of a healthy relationship, understanding that the final frontiers of sexual exploration can only be done with a devoted, loyal partner. Follow me on Twitter. Well, goodness gracious. So, to me, a lot of that reads as like a guy, clearly a damaged guy, had a bad marriage, a bad relationship, and wanted to have anything that would bring him back feeling like secure. Masculine energy. So he goes out, sows the wild oats after his divorce, his blue pill divorce. Maybe he kind of makes the argument almost that he was a cuck before, just a cuck for that one woman. But a lot of it just seems kind of like blind insecurity. It doesn't seem like, it's just not that interesting. It's the same kind of shit you hear from every single like male guru, dating coach type person. It's the same lines, the same stuff. The interesting thing about Jack Murphy, is that basically he's taken that same type of language, that same type of attitude, cadence, and now has just reappropriated it in a different direction. That's what kind of makes you feel like he's a little bit of a grifter. Because, when he wrote those things, he wasn't like a young guy. He wasn't like a young man. So, I don't know. I disagree, Jack. I disagree. I think this is it's not very alpha. It reeks of insecurity. It reeks of personal, emotional, problems. I would not say that makes you very alpha. But what we can check out, though, he has the comment section. This is the old comments that he left. So we'll see here. Featured comment. Damn, that is a great and honest article. I must say that I am extremely surprised about the general feedback. A bunch of ideologues who cannot see farther than applying the pattern gay and cuckold to an observation and then distance from it. A bit sad, actually. This silly and unsophisticated thinking. Thank you, Pepe Meme. I am not too hot about gays myself, but I do acknowledge that homophobia has put a strain on my life that I find hard to tolerate. Healthy masculine intimacy gets shamed away right with it, under general suspicion of being gay. Damn. These days, I think I would rather be a little gay than unable to connect to other men. It makes you wonder, does it not? When you live the life you want, have all you want, and do all you want, how can anybody be a critic, right? Because cuckold, well, it is just a word. So if you are a cuckold, you are a dude who does all he wants without being ashamed of it. Of course, I cannot see in your head, but man, this is real. One thing that keeps me from wanting to be a man is to have to force myself into some categories and abide by some idiotic morality all the time. So the way to freedom pretty much becomes a way to slavery of other people's expectations. I am glad that I found your blog, and I hope I will, one day, own myself and my sexuality the way you own your own. A lot of insecurities here. I don't know. See, that's something I have never really worried about too much myself, like the male intimacy thing. Can you have good friends, male friends, that you say hey man, I love you, buddy. Talk to you later. I do. Never thought twice about it. I know that people try to infer things. I understand that. I get it, okay? So here's Jack Murphy. This is one of his comments that he wrote. This comment was deleted, so I don't know what it is. Thanks for sharing. Perhaps you should take a look inside yourself and ask why you feel that way. My masculine cred is well established, though perhaps not online. I've already had sex with every single kind of woman I could have even a passing interest in. I'm almost 40. 18-year-olds, 25-year-olds, college kids, foreign and local, tall and short, all of them. After a while, novelty gets old. Just got back from the gym and I'm at home now while girlfriend is cooking breakfast, taking care of me and my kids. Being scared of being actually cuckolded makes a lot of sense. I don't want to divert my resources to anyone else's kids. But I've already got multiple kids by multiple mothers. I ain't worried about none of that anymore. Ah, yes. The totally responsible masculine man out there just fucking chicks, getting them pregnant. I mean, what a wonderful thing. Because you can just move on to the next bitch. And she'll be submissive and she'll be half retarded. And she can take care of his kids. Unless that has to come at the cost of vaccination. Things like this, I'm not a full-on, I'm not a trad life guy. I'm really not. But I do have to say, though. I gotta say. You should be a good example for your children. For your sons. Jack has sons. We're going to watch the video of Tim Pool tearing into him, which it was one of my first, because I didn't really know anything about Jack Murphy, and I saw him, I think, on Timcast is probably where I saw him, and I lost a lot of respect for him because he let this fucking dweeb, this fucking nerd, For lack of a better way to put it. I'm only saying that to be a little salty. But he let Tim Pool talk to him like that, and it just seemed like so weird. Just seemed so weird. And so that's when I first kind of thought, like, well, maybe something's rotten in Denmark. But like, he's always talking about his kids and being a good man and being an example. Like, how does this comport to being a good man and being a good example? So he was like 39 going on 40 when he wrote this. Yeah, but fair enough. People change. People fucking change. People grow. I get it. I'm not even going to hold this really against the person. I don't consume his content, so it doesn't really matter to me personally. But it's just like, come on, dude. This guy says, my masculine cred is well established, though perhaps not online. So he just quotes him. All you are bragging about is moral degeneracy. Congrats. Don't worry, there will be other posts where you can gain more insights into my professional, family, and moral life. This is a post about fucking, dude. Gee, could have never guessed. Because he decided somewhere in his own rationalization that he was going to separate those things. Oh, these are separate things. How you treat other human beings is a big part of your moral compass. To suggest that, like, you're bragging about having multiple children with multiple women, and that happens to some people. Don't get me wrong. But it's not like some sort of a proof of alpha status or that you're fucking cool. It just means that you're immature. It means that you're irresponsible. Somebody's got to raise those kids. The best thing that you can do as a parent is at least try to stay with the person that you had a kid with. That's why, like, my wife and I, we were together, 4 years before we had a kid. A lot of that was just because we wanted to make sure we were older, more mature, got all that stupid shit out of our system. But it was also to make sure that we could hack it together. That's a big part of it, You know a person for a long time, man, and people change. Let me see here. Mitternach says, you live out your nightmares in a semi-controlled environment. That's at the root of cuckolds. You're a literal cuckold. You can rationalize it how you want, but you're nothing short of pathetic for having this happen. If you love someone, you feel jealous when they cheat on you. It takes a lot of mental exercise to convince yourself otherwise. You're pathetic and trying to tell the world how you're really not. And it's really nothing like you think. And you're actually very red-pilled, i.e. some degenerate fuck playing along with feminists. And you're not submissive at all. Does nothing but show your insecurity. Your girlfriend cheated, you tried to rationalize it being empowering, and she doesn't give a shit. Cuck. Jack says, another troll post. I'll engage and block to make a point. Yes, jealousy. Yes, danger. Yes, excitement. Yes, controlled environments. Nothing happened to me. I made it all happen myself, and you're right, I'm not submissive at all. Well, I think he misspoke, Jack. I think he misspoke. 13 up votes, 4 down votes. I don't know, everybody. Let me see here. You must be dominant. How in the hell can you be dominant if someone else is fucking your girlfriend? Goys in the Hood says orgasm denial. He tells them when to come, if only if he says so, and how much of it they're allowed to get on his face. Excellent. Because the entire event is at my direction, and it wouldn't happen otherwise. I told her when to go, what to do, and she came back to me immediately. Then we fucked like crazy. Next day she cleaned the house and cooked dinner just like usual. I know it's hard to wrap your mind around, but this is why I put all the disclaimers. I did. You have to have everything else locked down hard first. Lifestyle, status, money, fitness, all of it on point. Then and only then can you undertake something like this and keep frame. Seems like a lot of mental work just to be in a fucking functioning relationship with a woman. Like, holy shit. Do you feel in control, cuck? You get one more chance to engage positively. Of course I'm in control. It's my house, my life, my place, my girl. She just came back from the store with a new cake plate for the cake she's making from scratch today. Of course I'm in control. That's what all cucks say. Actually, no. The real cuck wants to be out of control. They want to be shamed. They want to feel like a bigger, stronger man took their girl. That's not what happened here. Even specifically said, find someone younger and thus lower status. So his kink is to see people that he thinks are lesser than him fuck his girlfriend? Okay. Because it makes him feel more powerful. Like, even though you're fucking her, she's going to fuck me too later. And then she's going to make me a sandwich. The alpha never ceases. The alpha never ceases. Or you could stop trying to rationalize your degeneracy and act like a man and have a monogamous relationship with this woman. Why? That's hardly our natural state, unless you've had only one partner in your life. Why? Says the cuck. Yes, I know morality is very foreign to cucks. Unless you've had one partner your entire life, you are not monogamous. And you've also proven you can't be respectful, so thanks for playing. Ciao. So that's what it requires. Like, if you've ever been in multiple relationships, no, monogamy implies the person that you're with at the time. Unless you want to get, like, is he being, like, super autistically literal? He's like, no. Look at the dictionary. This is what it says. Okay? This is what it says monogamy is. Nobody's monogamous. Checkmate, motherfucker. Der Prince says, great job using one definition when he was clearly using the other, more commonly used one. Of course, what he was referring to was serial monogamy, which is the generally understood meaning of the term monogamy. Only a degenerate cuck trying to justify his degeneracy would seriously use that as a defense. Bro, any girl you're banging has banged many before you and will bang many after. Who cares? Your precious ego does. That's who. Holy, like, this guy's a fucking weirdo. You guy is a straight up fucking weirdo. I mean, come on, dude. Ever consider the possibility that men don't care about banging chicks, brah? But finding good mothers to raise their children? Yes, of course. I'm not talking about banging chicks, brah, as you say. Finding a good mother is paramount if you want to have kids, but the relationship has to last. The reason my girlfriend and I are together now is because of how well she cares for the children. This article here was about doing something on rare occasion to keep your ongoing long-term relationship fresh. Ongoing long-term relationship being the key. Yes, raising your children that you had with other women from your failed relationships that created a wild amount of insecurity. I mean, because as he said in his article, this was at his behest. Like, he wanted this. He had to push her into doing it. And because she's submissive and she just thinks she's going to do whatever she needs to please her man. Uncle Adolf says, but the relationship has to last. And whoring at your girlfriend because your dick has gotten numb doesn't contribute to that. Take a break while she's on her period. Have sex in the woods. Piss on her. Sweaty sex. Anything. But this shit you're recommending is the most pathetic thing a man can do to his family. I kind of agree with old Uncle Adolf here. Jack Murphy says, I know you are feeling that, but it's just not working out that way for me. It has strengthened our relationship and made us closer. I'm only speaking from experience. Are you? Depraved and lacking in traditional healthy masculinity. Please don't procreate. Already did 3 times. Amazing children. Comment was deleted. Pathological according to whom? Not to scientists, or did you mean to your moral outrage? Der Prince says, again with the twisting of definitions, he obviously meant the informal definition of the word. Are you a man of the sand? You're starting to sound like one. Jack Murphy says, moralizing based on feeling is something SJWs do. Okay, buddy. I mean, what Jack Murphy is prescribing here is pretty SJW. It's pretty postmodern. Deconstructing the idea of what a relationship is, what a family is, what a mother is, what a wife is, what a lover is. Indeed they do. So do you, though. You've moralized degeneracy based upon pleasure, equally reprehensible. Jack says, what morality is being violated? I don't know. I don't know if there's anything. Let me see here. We'll read this last thread, then we'll move on. The article reminds me of how glad I should be that I'm attractive and interesting enough to keep my girls full of energy myself, not have to resort to sucking some other guy's sexual energy to get a thrill. This guy's apex is relying on younger men to get his girl going for him. Shit. Not to get my girl going, but to get me going. She's ready and willing and happy to provide whatever sex I want. She lives and dies for it. I am the one who wants to push the envelope on this matter. It is what it does for me. That is the point. Which is also why I'm able to maintain frame, because this is what I want and my choice. I know this part is hard to grasp. So again, like he says, you want to be in a fruitful, productive relationship with a person. And he's just like, yeah, but it's all about me. It's just for me. Like, what about her? I guess his perspective on this is she just lives and dies for me. Whatever the fuck I want to do. Because I'm the alpha. Okay? I provide everything. Everything. She wanted Taco Tuesday. I got her fucking Taco Tuesday. Then I called up my buddy, and he fucked her in front of me while I took pictures. Then we looked at those pictures while I masturbated. And then 3 days later, we had sex. JP says, that's in many ways worse. You're saying pretty young submissive women no longer do it for you. You're broken, dude. Gotta fix that. Jack Murphy says, we've dated 2 years. We've had sex on average 2 to 3 times per day every day. That's what, 2,000 instances? And 3 separate times over this time period I've indulged this practice. I think things are going well, my man. Thing is, after a while, how many different things can you do? We've had threesomes with other women, other girls I had on the side, and her own friends. I still have other girls on the side, too. She never ever does anything like this without my explicit direction and participation. This guy seems like a real piece of shit. I wonder what... everybody's got their own weird shit. I understand that. Not to be like a white knight or whatever, but it's just like, Jesus Christ, you do this to your fucking girlfriend? You do this to her? I mean, I don't, she's a willing participant, but also if she's like the submissive, like he suggests, she's going to do it whether or not she actually really wants to. Actually, there was an old nightcap I watched, like stuff with people that are like masters and submissives, and it's very creepy stuff. And a lot of times submissives do things that they really are not into, but they just kind of feel obligated to do it. And then they kind of gaslight themselves into thinking they enjoy it as well. Just saying. She never does anything without my explicit direction and participation. Change, stimulation, fun. It's all part of keeping it fresh. It's hard to explain the physical changes you experience doing something like this. She and I feel closer, more together, and more in love afterwards. Taking a risk and having it be rewarded with loyalty and love makes things even better. Perhaps I need to make this all more clear in the article. JP says, no, it's perfectly clear to your readers that your thrill chasing is deadening you to a point where you can't get what you need from a woman. You need to borrow a young guy's sexual energy to keep it fresh. Perhaps it's just an old guy thing. Sexual psychic vampire. Jack Murphy, Alpha Cuck. I think it's pretty widely known that over time, passion declines in the long-term relationships, unless you do something about it. If you can still be just as turned on as day one with your 2-year girlfriend, that's a special thing. For me, 3 times out of 2,000, I like to spice it up like this. Declining your passion to the point where you need another man to get off with is outside of the scope of normal expected decline. No matter how you cut it, you're saying you need a guy to get you off, or at least that another guy helps you get off a lot. I'm not a Rainbow Coalition supporter, but I know most people are, so I can see how you'd expect support for this. But I'm not going to agree with someone saying getting off to other guys' cum is the apex of masculinity. I don't know. If you have time to do it thrice a day every day, it must be pretty short in the first place. That could be part of why you fetishize her being with a younger guy and need to borrow a young guy's sexuality to get off. Well, he's got a point. If you're fucking 3 times a day, that's just like utility fucking. How romantic is that? And he said he had kids and stuff. Oh, I'm sorry. They probably live with the mothers of his mothers of his children. I think you're projecting here, pal. You reveal your own frame. Who cares how long it takes me to get off? My girl's pussy is there for me whenever I want it, however I want it, as fast as I want it. Sometimes in 2 minutes, sometimes it's 30 minutes. I can come on demand or hold out for 30 days, which I have. But it's mine to do with as I please, to hand out or keep to myself. But thanks for the comments. Dude, this guy sounds like a psycho, man. Maybe I'm just a fucking old boomer at this point. I'm just too old fashioned for this high stakes world of cuckoldry. The Somalia Politan says, what you are doing is unsustainable. What are you going to do next? You are literally going from one thing to the next in a downward spiral because you do not have the prescience to understand the implications and consequences of your destructive and degenerate behavior. You just keep feeding your decadence. Well, it is going to bite you in the ass in the end because it sounds like you and your relationship with your wife are out of control. Cucking yourself is not going to help, and whatever sick and perverted thing you decide to do next will not help either, dude. The issue is deeper than you can possibly imagine. I strongly suggest reconsidering your course of actions after really understanding the future extrapolations of them. I can guarantee that you and your wife are not actually connecting on a spiritual level. I am atheist, by the way. I do not mean with God. Just think about it, because you would not be needing to resort to your next big fix after a sequence of gateway drugs if you were connecting on that level. I suggest dialing back the sex from 3 times per day and going from there. I really think you have desensitized yourself from normal, passionate sex by doing so, much like how porn addict has desensitized himself from human contact and intimacy. Best of luck, Cuck. I mean that. So basically, you have a fetish, one that hasn't been socially acceptable since the 60s, and you're here trying to justify it so we don't think you're a degenerate cuck. I can't believe you wrote an entire article trying to justify such perversion. Maybe you can write a book about how great having a foot fetish is next. I see horses in your future. He's going to become a zoophile. There was one comment I was hoping to kind of stumble upon. See if I can find it. Control F. Can we Control F? Okay. Sell. See if I can find money. He talks about like pimping out his girlfriend. Maybe it's not in here. Somebody shared there was like a screenshot going around. I don't know if it was real or not though. So I don't want to talk out of school. Let's see here. Okay, it says it's from Dr. Mayhem. So maybe we can find it. No. No, come on, motherfucker. So it's not from this discus track, but we'll take a peek at it. I don't know if this is real or not. But Jack Murphy says, my T levels are around 1,300 to 1,500 per blood work. Sometimes I just says over 1,500. 200 milligram test prop per week. Sometimes a little extra Tren A and Masterone. No need for AI. Or for whatever that stands for. I don't know. I have pimped her out before for money. Yes, that's a topic for another post, however. Oh, well, if you're making money from it, that's a whole other story. Still, filthy degeneracy, but at least I'm glad you get paid. What a wonderful comment section. Jack Murphy, Alpha Cuck. Alpha Cuck. The Murph. Jack Murphy. Let's see, Tim Cast. There's like just a clip of it. Jack Murphy live. We'll go to his thing. I wonder if he got rid of it. Jack Murphy live. Let's see here. Vax. No. Kids. Should we make our kids martyrs? So this clip, actually, I was kind of on Jack's side in terms of like just understanding the wider perspective, the wider implications of things like the vaccine mandates, how it actually affects real people's lives. especially people with kids, people with jobs, mortgages, houses. You know, if you can stand on principle, hey, that's great. That's awesome. I encourage that. I really do. But there's just so many other things that go into it. But just we're not gonna watch the whole thing. I just want to show you how Tim Pool talks to Jack Murphy and how he responds.
The mandate
differently
now is going to be that all varsity athletes in high school have to get a vaccine in Montgomery County, Maryland, where my kids go to school. My son is a high school baseball player. My daughter is a high school rower. And if they want to continue on in the sport that they love, playing for the school that they like and that they go to, they're going to have to get the vaccine. What am I going to do? What do I do then, Tim? I tell my kids, forget baseball, forget crew.
Yes.
Man, I wish
you
it were,
love
I
the
wish
system.
it were, I wish it were
you
that
love
easy.
the system more.
No.
Then tell your kids not to play baseball.
What?
Well, okay. You love the he said he loved the system more than he loved his fucking kids. And he just says, "No, Tim, I wish you could understand." Dude, them's fighting words, man. This clip gets worse because I'd be like, dude, I don't know what I would have done. I probably would have had to leave, honestly, because it's just so blatantly just childish and pedantic. Tim Pool's like very limited worldview. Has very limited experience, it seems like, with actual life, not just being a tech hippie.
Dude, that's like telling you not to wear a beanie and not to do this show.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is exactly that.
No one's mandating I get vaccinated to do this show.
But if somebody put a gun to your head and said, "Look, you're gonna die, or you have to take off your fucking beanie," excuse me,
I take it off.
That's the same thing for a kid in high school who wants to play varsity sports, who his whole life as a kid has been like, "I want to play varsity baseball."
Baseball is not real life. Baseball is not survival. Baseball is something.
Trains
is a passion.
people to become adults, and it is a path.
See, I totally am on Jack Murphy's side in this conversation, by the way. In terms of like the value of the things that kids do, sports, organized stuff, gives you a passion, gives you direction, gives you opportunity if you're good enough. Like, but Tim doesn't understand that because Tim's a 35-year-old man-child.
To success is a path to scholarships.
And you care more about that than your kids.
No, I care about my kids because those things are valuable.
What a fucking moron. Tim Pool's like, you care more about that than your kids. No, he's talking about his kids. He's talking about their fucking life. Their fucking life.
You care more about the fact they could play baseball than the health and choices of your kids and their freedom. If I went to
like, what a fucking smug piece of shit, dude. Like, that was like the moment where I was like, holy shit. How do you not want to take this little asshole's head off?
Oh, they don't have the vaccine
If I went
yet.
to a skate park and they said you can't come to a skate park unless you're vaccinated, I'd be like, I ain't going to a skate park.
I know, but
I will go into a parking lot.
Go to another parking lot. There's no other place to play varsity sports.
Then stop playing. You see, this is it. If you give,
it's all just so black and white, just all so easy. All these decisions, all these things for credit to Tim, self-made person, built this little mini empire, but completely out of touch. He's just as out of touch with like the median person's life in this country as any dipshit millionaire pundit that you see on the news or the Young Turks or whatever. It's just his politics go in a different direction, obviously, probably closer to my own, but still, like, holy shit, like just zero perspective because he's surrounded by orbiters that most of the time just agree with whatever he says. Tim, the high beanie, the beanie on the mount.
Give people something, they will have something to lose, and you will own them. That's from the villain in Fast and Furious 4.
So your solution is to never have anything valuable to you?
No, that's a Kathy Newman. What I'm saying
get
is,
out of here! That's an inside joke, and that was a major insult. You ready to go?
Yeah, and look how calm and rational, and he's like not gonna get. He's like, okay, we're having a disagreement here, but Tim's just being a piece of shit, quoting Fast and Furious to make his point. That's another thing. Tim's always bringing up Marvel movies and shit. You're just like, oh, look at the big brain on Timbo.
Oh, I didn't say you can never have anything valuable. I'm saying when your family's being coerced, you stand up and say no. And what you're saying is, well, they're going to make my kids do it, and the system in place that they control and the things they've given me are more important than my sovereignty. So be it.
It's
You
not- it's-
you
it's not
you
that
can
simple.
choose to
It's not
live.
that simple, dude.
You can buy a farm. You can choose to work hard and
It's
be.
not that simple, man. You know what? I
Like how common you can choose to buy a farm and you can work hard. As if everybody lives like some sort of touched life where everything turns to gold and everything's successful and you just all the pathways are open to you at all times. Dude is just so fucking out of touch. Just because we dogged on the Murph, we dogged on him. I don't know. He's probably a very nice guy for all I know. But yeah, I think he might have torched his career this weekend though.
wish I had that simplicity. If it were up to me, they'd be homeschooled and playing private club ball all the time. But guess what? I've been divorced for 12 years. I don't have sovereignty over that particular issue. I can't just pick my kids up and move them across the country.
Right.
I don't have sovereignty.
Yes.
So
You
what?
are-
So what am I supposed to
So
do?
Tim's like he's trying to figure out like how can I fit this into my worldview and how I think about things.
Your issue is that the decision over your kids and the school they go to isn't yours.
Correct.
It's the state's due to a conflict with an
Yes.
ex-wife.
Yes. So the whole system has got me down, man. And so what am I supposed to do? Is my line in the sand going to be taking away from my children the thing that they love the most?
Well, well, I don't. Do you want to say how?
14
They're
and
minors.
16.
If it was me,
Yeah.
I would do it in 2 seconds.
You would tell your kid that you have been coaching in baseball your whole life, that you have taught how to throw, how to pitch, how to bat, and you've talked your whole life about them being on a varsity sport and going into college to play Division I baseball, and you would look them in the eye and be like, just throw that away because daddy's got a political position?
You think your kids being forced to undergo a medical treatment is a political position?
The statistics show
Tim is just like there to win the conversation. He's not empathizing. He's not trying to be rational. He's trying to say like, okay, well, what's the solution? How do we work through this, Jack? These are your problems. What do you think is a pathway, a solution? No. That's not Tim. It's this or that.
very clearly that if you take the vaccine, you're pretty much going to be fine. The statistics also show if you don't take the vaccine, you're pretty much going to be fine. So I know that this is nothing but bullying. It's nothing but bullying. And they have found that open wound, that open nerve, that one thing that I can't fight, which is the happiness and success and fulfillment that my children feel.
They won. You're a
Dude,
slave.
they've won. I know.
He just called him a slave. Hold on. He said they've won. You're a slave.
That I can't fight, which is the happiness and success and fulfillment that my children feel.
They won. You're a
Dude,
slave.
You're a slave. He's called him a slave. He says that he loves the system and the state more than the health and choices of his children. And he maintains pretty well here. But somebody asking him about some dumb fucking article he wrote 6 years ago. Well, that's just the bridge too far. I wonder if it's because the lady asked him. He's like, oh, I don't have complete dominance over this bitch. What am I going to do? What am I going to do?
They've won. I know this.
Yeah.
So what am I supposed to do about that?
Tell your kids stop playing baseball.
Dude, just wait till you look your own 16-year-old in the eye and
That's
be
fair.
like, Daddy's got a
Tim's never going to have children. He's never going to have this experience. He's a businessman.
political point to make, so you have to be miserable.
No, that's an oversimplification.
No, it's
It is-
not.
Yeah, it is. It's fair to say I don't have kids, so perhaps I don't share, understand the emotion you're feeling. But let there be troubles in my day, so that my children will know peace. It's not a political position to defend freedom and stand up against tyranny. That is a responsibility, especially for an American. But
If
being
the
Division I
vaccine-
baseball and being a successful baseball player is more important, then choose that and just
God,
say
you're
it.
so simplifying it, man. Sometimes men and boys and men need a vocation in order to become a mature adult.
I totally agree with him here, by the way. I think this is essential part of growing up, and the more like foundation you have, the better off you are when you get older. The more opportunities you have to be a leader, to be part of a team, to understand how those things operate and how they are beneficial, to feel success, to feel failure, to have tangible life experience, microcosms of everything you're going to feel when you're an adult. I think it's super important. Tim's like a fucking retarded person, though. He doesn't get that.
And right now, for my son in particular, being a baseball player is how he's learning responsibility, how he's learning discipline, how he's building his body, how he's learning about nutrition, how he's learning about risk taking, how he's learning about courage, strength, loyalty, being a good teammate,
What's more important?
competitive. All those things are more important.
They're more important than personal freedom and sovereignty.
When I don't have a choice.
You do have a choice. You just don't want to admit it. You don't want to admit it, bro.
No, actually,
Bro.
at the end of the day, I'm not going to have a choice. You know why?
Why?
Because if I take this all the way down to the final road, she's going to go to court. She's going to get a court order. The court's going to bring in their physician. The pediatrician is going to say that the kids should get the vaccine, and the judge is going to order it, and that's going to be that.
And you'll have stood your ground.
For what? So he'll have stood his ground against an inevitable result and destroyed his relationship potentially with his kids because they don't understand this. If you're 14 years old, you don't know what the fuck these people are talking about? Not really. It's just so fucking infuriating.
Well, I have stood my ground so far, and I do anticipate standing my ground as long as I can, for as possibly long as I can, until the absolute last drop dead point where I have to like rip the dreams out of my kids' brains and hearts and crush them and make them cry in front of me. That is as
life.
far as I'm willing to go.
And how many conversations, I can't tell you how many conversations I've had with people who are like, I want to travel the world and produce documentaries and work for these companies. And I say, well, then you've got to make sacrifices. And they say, no, the state should give me the money. No, they shouldn't. How about
What the fuck does that have to do with anything?
you get rid of your apartment you like so much? But I've worked so hard to finally...
See, he's like conflating these things because Tim has no life experience. He has no fucking life experience about any of this stuff. What the implications of any of these things he's talking about. It is the most brain dead shit. And it's not even like you don't have to have kids to understand this. You have to have like not be like an autistic fucking I don't know, sociopath. The inability to empathize with what he is saying in a real direct way. He can't. So he has to try to draw a parallel and create this analogy that has nothing to do with what he's talking about. Nothing.
get my own place, to have my own place, to call my home. I deserve this. And if I want to be a journalist and travel the world and do these things, I shouldn't have to sacrifice having a place to live.
Yeah, but
And you know what I
that's
say?
some bitch ass shit. That's nothing. That's nothing.
This is life.
That's nothing. That's nothing. That is making decisions between I want to drink beer or I want to drink water. I want to work at this or I want to do that. That is somebody's choice. Okay, we're talking about government compelled vaccines and medical
But you have
procedures.
a choice to fight or capitulate.
And I
to.
do, and I will fight it as far as I possibly
point-
can. But
the point
what
I'm
I'm
making
doing
with
is
this-
I'm acknowledging that I will do nothing but fight. And it will all be in vain because I know the entire system is built against me. I am fighting, Tim. I'm
point I'm
fighting every
making-
single day, and I'm going to fight. You know who I'm talking to right now? If you're watching, I'm going to fight all the way to the end. Okay? You know who I'm talking to. I'm going to fight all the way to the end.
The point I'm
He's talking to that guy in that comment section. Der Prince.
making is that I do not accept people coming to me using words to state how they feel about something and then immediately doing the opposite, proving everything they said was bullshit. When someone says, I just wish I had chocolate cake, and I'm like, there's all the ingredients in front of you, I'm not going to make it. So you don't really wish you had it.
Dude,
You're
I
not
totally
willing to
understand
do what you need.
It's so fucking stupid. It's so dumb. Like, he has to draw these fucking retarded analogies.
To do.
I totally understand that. If the vaccine had a 20% rate of paralyzing kids, obviously this choice would be much more clear. Right? The negative side effects of the vaccine are almost the same as the negative side effects to getting corona. They're very close. We're talking about 99.9% of this or 99.9% of that.
Did you see the study that said that there's a higher risk of myocarditis than?
Yes, I read that. Of course, I have a history of pericarditis. I have a history of heart inflammation. I am completely zeroed in on this issue in particular. That study was preprint. Look, I tweeted that study. I was like, yes to this study. It was preprint. It was not peer reviewed. It was only on 120-day hospitalization rate, and it had some stale data. Okay, it wasn't perfect. People have been tweeting out like it's been perfect, but it wasn't.
A lot of it.
Tim's like, right. Oh, yeah. Didn't he just get done saying, like, people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about or aren't willing to do the work or whatever? But Tim, presented something that is not what it seems, and it's only because they're in this argument that Jack is going to point it out. But I guess the point of this is just to show that Jack can keep his cool. And that thing on that podcast was just weird.
A lot of the stuff people have been tweeting out to counter the vaccine mandates are like imperfect.
It's all imperfect, and this is why I want more time. The rate of change in the data is still so great.
But let's slow down. This is not about the vaccine.
No, this is
It's
about
about
being compelled by the government to do things that you don't want to do.
Exactly. And so the issue is
The issue is do I want to make my political point for the on the blood of my children?
No.
Or do I have an alternative route where I can make a political point that has more impact with less negative side effects? And maybe I'm fucking cucking out, excuse me. Maybe
Maybe he's cucking out.
I'm being a bitch in this matter.
you just said the F word.
I know. I'm sorry, dude. But like my point is like sometimes the cost benefit analysis, when it comes down to it, when it's your kids' hopes and dreams, and for me, I have alternative avenues, right? Like I have a show, I have an audience, I have influence, I can make things happen. I have a way to impact the world that doesn't revolve around me sacrificing my kids.
Well, how are you sacrificing your kids?
By if
How did he explained it to you for fucking 9 minutes, what it means, the weight that it carries, forever damaging your relationship with your children based on something that is kind of arbitrary. You know, everybody agrees with the point. The mandates, I think most people think that the mandates are stupid and wrong. They're wrong. But there is a reality to what people have to deal with relative to these things.
If I refused them ultimately at the end of the day, if the only choice they had was vaccine or athletics, and I said no athletics to them, that would be sacrificing them.
But there's other ways to engage in athletics.
One can, yes, if you move to Florida, if you move to West Virginia, if you move to Texas. But again, I'm hamstrung. I'm screwed.
What do the kids?
That's how they win.
What do they want to do? What do the kids want to do?
They want to play varsity sports, and they don't want to be bothered by this.
How do your
Because they're 14 and 16.
kids feel about getting vaccinated?
My son, you know, he's as based as it comes, so he's kind of like, I don't know, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't. My daughter's like, I don't care. I just don't want to be hassled.
Yeah. This is how
because they're not informed. They don't really know.
So this is why I quoted the Fast and the Furious villain when he said,
This is why I quoted that movie, because it totally spoke to me, because I watch fucking movies for brain dead people.
give the people something to lose and you own them. Imagine what life would have been like for you and your family 300 years ago. You wouldn't be having this conversation. You'd be like, if my kids are going to eat, they're going to go break their backs in the fields all day with me.
Yeah.
Now you're like, my son needs to play baseball.
Yeah, what a great world we live in. What a gift. What a privilege to be born in a country where that is your problem. It's not really a bad thing. It's fucking luck.
Mock it like that.
I'm not trying to mock it, but let's put it.
There are very few places in this world today where a young man can learn virtue. Okay? Competitive sports.
Because he certainly can't learn it at home. Hey now.
Is a place where you can learn virtue. Courage. Honor. Loyalty.
How about an MMA gym?
Vax mandate in DC, bro. What am I supposed to do? They're boxing me in every which way possible.
Well, without leaving the
learning virtues, practicing virtues is a political statement in of it to itself.
There's 3 states out within like an hour of DC. I mean, actually, Virginia and Maryland are within, like literally in DC. Basically, you just some you can live in DC and like cross the street and be in Maryland or Virginia.
Indeed.
And then it's an hour to West Virginia where they don't have these things, and you could go to like a gym or whatever. The point is, man, what I'm saying is, yeah, it sucks, but if someone tells
Why
me,
don't you just become a millionaire, bro? Have a compound, it'll all be there. We'll start the Tim League.
Like, these things are wrong. However, baseball's more important. I'm like, just say it.
Oh.
He still doesn't get it. It's not about baseball. It's not about baseball. It's about like what you have done to create a positive environment for your children and give them hopes and give them dreams and give them something to work towards at a young age. That's productive, that they learn something from. And Tim doesn't get that. He just is so hyper focused on it's baseball. It's not baseball. It's not what he's talking about. So frustrating to fucking listen to people like this. Honestly, this is like actually probably the moment. Before this, I liked Tim Pool a lot, like when he first started out, and he was covering protests and even just reading the news and stuff. There was more of an objective element to it, but the more and more that he's become successful, the more and more out of touch he's become, which I think is an inevitability for everybody. I'm not saying like singling out Tim Pool, but as myself as a man, my interests and the things that I think about and the things that I want to learn about, like it just became stale. It became out of touch. It became uninteresting. And they reveal themselves constantly. That they're these kind of the lost boys from Never Neverland.
Character development. Virtue development.
Okay. Yes, all of those things through baseball that your son learns are more important than like standing up to tyranny.
You talking about building for the future. Building a child that is virtuous, is courageous, is honorable, is loyal, is perhaps more important for the long term than making a political stand in a losing battle today. It is a tactical retreat so that you can be stronger and better for the future.
Yeah, but if we go this route, there's not going to be a stronger or better future. It's going to be continued capitulation by more and more people who refuse to make a stand.
Look, I'm getting texts that the comments are calling me blue-pilled and teaching submission and stuff like that. Fine.
I'm sure people are telling me I don't have kids.
F you guys. Okay? Wait until you're in my exact particular position and you have to make these calculations.
Or wait until you're not a 22-year-old orbiter and have like a child, a family, a house, all these kinds of things.
Decisions. This is why they're doing it. They're doing it to make us go through agony.
Yep.
Life is
agony.
I told you the story about the wolf.
I told you the story about the wolf, and I was watching this episode of Star Trek.
Wolf and the Family. I read the story. I told a lot because it really made me think. I read this article about a family was on a beach, and they were by themselves when a black wolf started walking down, and the father saw it and panicked. And then all the kids, it was like 3 kids, the mom and the dad, and they swam out to a rock that was like, 20 to 50 feet off of the shore. And they were huddled together on this rock, shivering as the wolf paced back and forth, terrified, begging for help and praying that someone would save them. And I'm like, man, I wonder what would have happened if this was 300 years ago. No, for real. Like, I mean, would the father have even brought his wife and daughters with him in the first place? If he did, because they were going to the beach, because humans...
What a wonderful abstraction. What a wonderful intellectual exercise.
Like to go to the beach, maybe they'd be working and fishing. And the wolf showed up. What would the dad would have done? I don't know, drawn his single shot flintlock and his sword and said, "Stand back, family," wearing like leathers of some sort? Or...
What a fucking retard.
Would he have, cowered as well? I don't know, maybe it's romanticized in the past to assume that the father would have been like, take the kids and run, and then drew his sword and stared down the wolf and said, and if the wolf charged him, he would have fought to the death to save his family. In the modern age, I was thinking about this, how like we walk around with literal thin, like less than a millimeter thin cloth. Back in the day, many often would carry weapons and wear hide or furs or leathers, things substantially thicker to protect themselves from the elements. We're so safe and coddled. We snap our fingers, we get food. We go outside, we wear shorts, flip-flops, totally soft-bellied and unprepared. And more people in these cities are giving up their rights to self-defense and the right to keep and bear arms. And I'm not passing a moral judgment. I'm just saying, I wonder how different things would have been. I wonder what our ancestors would say about us today when they would hear these stories, and it's like, I got to make a decision between having my apartment or having my accomplishing my goals, or I have to make a decision between owning this refrigerator that's got a tablet in it or the dishwasher that's going to do the extra scrub cycle. And I'm like,
super deep and interesting thoughts, Tim. Super deep.
Like, are these the problem?
Oh, we have it easy, yes. And we create our own problems. 100%. Pronouns, identity issues, all that stuff. We have the luxury of doing that. What he's saying does not help anybody get through those things. To be like, I wonder what tougher, harder people would have done. Yeah, they do a lot of things differently because the context of the world that they live in is completely foreign to the one that we exist in today.
That, you know, I've been feeling more and more that we're in behavioral sync. When the problems of our day is that the government has gone from a republic of elected officials gathering together to legislate on our behalf for the most part, and our hearings and our discussions and journalism challenging these things. It's gone from that to an executive ruling by decree, and people now are saying,
Gosh,
dude,
darn
I
it.
love those chicken wings. You know, so if they mandate it, I'm just gonna say fine. I know I'm opposed to the mandates, but I
look how how disingenuous he is. He keeps going back to these basic bitch things. Oh, these chicken wings. I just really want to eat these chicken wings. I really just want to travel. That's not what that Jack Murphy is talking about. And he can't even conceptualize it. So he has to keep going to these fucking stupid, inconsequential choices. It's really gross.
really want to perform at this club and it's going to make money for me, so I'll just do it. There are a lot of people right now that I'm not going to shout anybody out because there are some people I have tremendous respect who have been hitting me up saying that when the mandate started passing in these cities, they started canceling their shows. Jim Brewer did it. Some other comedians.
Chrissy Mayer did.
Who did?
Chrissy Mayer.
Yeah, she did, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
And there you go.
Look, guys.
Sacrificing income.
Let me just make things perfectly clear, especially to you know who if you're watching. I'm going to fight this until a judge orders me otherwise, okay? But for the sake of argument, I'm expressing all my emotions and my feelings about this matter. I am agonizing over this. This is existential, okay? It's historic. This is...
Autistic people can't deal in abstracts like this, Jack. So, you know, I know you've done your due diligence. You've tried with the beanie. Well, some of us wonder if there's a brain under there.
About our country, our values. It's about everything that we're doing here in our society. And I am fighting it. And it sucks. And it hurts. And it's hurting me. It hurts.
It hurts to be cucked like this. I should just let the government fuck my wife. I'd feel a lot better. I'd feel empowered. Feel like a real strong, big man. You know what I'm saying? See here. Let's watch a video called "Crushing the Simp Within." This has been sitting on the burner for a bit. Oh wait, no, this guy was cool. Yeah, so you know what we're gonna do? Sorry, wrong video. Cast Castle. Let's watch some of the Cast Castle vlog from Tim Pool's compound. Now, I don't really watch these videos very often, so we're just gonna pick a random one, and we'll just see how it goes. Just see what they gotta say. Top secret plans for Freedom Stand revealed. So Tim bought, I think, a big piece of property, and that he's calling Freedom Stand. They're planning to do things. You're gonna have a grand opening, comedy, music. Oh wait, hold on. Boomer.
And all that crazy stuff, no plumbing. No
Well, you got to do that if you do this, though, right?
If you do that.
Yeah, but to start.
But right, trust me, you'd be fine here. You know what I'm saying? Good amount of time. It'll function exactly how you want it to. You know, so yeah, that's perfect, right? And that's gonna save you money.
Perfect,
Actually,
bro.
A lot.
Yeah.
What if we still did an extension?
We
So
can.
We go like this,
Right.
and we go like that. There's a carport, and then a big extra room.
We could do that too. We could do that too, but like getting started on this.
We'll start this, and then
Yeah.
once we finish, we'll move to this.
Yep.
What do you want to use this for?
More space, bigger house. What we would do instead is, if this big square is the building you want to build,
I wonder if this is Tim's girlfriend, or is it just his mom? They kind of look alike. See the eyes? That might be his mom. Do you think his mom would have taken away his dreams for the vax mandate?
we just take from here and we create a second floor, totally finished studio space. And this is all open, used for recreation.
Gotcha.
So my thing is like, okay, yeah, we'll do this.
Right.
But then we don't
So I'm focusing on the building the whole time. Actually, the big building. And what I'm running into is, material issues. People saying, like you said, actually, I got the same answer. We can't do it. Yeah. Or like within a time period, within like 6 months.
Boy, don't internet creators, myself included, love those copyright-free lo-fi beats?
Or like they're having issues getting materials, or the fact that the materials are so expensive that they're not, doing what they used to do, things like that. Hold times, it's just.
We'll do that.
I mean, we wanted.
I gotta keep working with you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
I gotta go, guys. I'm a very busy man. Okay, I run about 16 different shows. Got my own network. You guys figure this out.
I want to do that building, so I mean, if it's going to be 6 months out, we want to start the process now. Yeah, okay. So that's somebody will say it.
This is not just the only thing. I'm working on both. It's just they're, like I said, with everything going on right now, it's crazy.
Oh, dude. Is it the drumming? Is it the meditative, focus? Instantly.
What?
Instantly.
You got it?
Yeah.
It's momentum.
So Tim runs a compound with a bunch of people that are essentially, for lack of a better way to put it, tech hippies. They all live there to a certain degree, I think, and they all just, enjoy the fruits of Tim's labor and help him build things. I mean, I'm sure, did Tim build that chicken coop himself?
Like, you gotta finesse it. You gotta feel it.
It's the
in your thumbs, yeah.
Is it tilted?
I think it's a thumb thing. I couldn't do it like this.
No, yeah,
Is
he's
it
not
with just
cheating.
your thumbs?
All right, well, hold on. Come over here to the other side.
Okay.
Because sometimes, I forget, Tim says one side's easier than another side. Let's just see if it's true or not.
This looks like it's leaning that way, so it might be harder to get it moving.
Let's
here.
That's the
hope.
only way I try.
Let's hope we made it harder.
No. Oh my.
Yeah,
All right, a little bit harder.
No.
can't.
Still, that was better.
Yeah, it's way better than anyone.
He's like, well, you should level out your house, Tim. What kind of fucking organization are you running here?
Yeah, this way. It's got to go uphill. Like
It's that mystery spot vibe, yeah.
Right.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
feel so good anymore.
That's the plan.
No.
Just wanted to...
I had that brief shining moment, and now it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many views does this shit have? Jesus.
Oh, really?
So that's the official...
I'm not gonna
It's just
blame
us.
This
my
is
controller.
This is the Space Force edition. So this ball's smaller. So you compare the sizes.
Yeah.
So maybe this will be. We'll see how that goes. That's also like from the 80s or something.
Yeah, see, like, it feels like it's got to go uphill, and then...
He said ask him, but he doesn't care because it's not.
Oh, and it's already angles itself uphill.
Yeah. So you gotta get that inertia. Hey, there we go.
Ah, I didn't get
Wow.
it.
This is their whole week. This became their whole week. They're like, oh, shit, dude. Let's see what parts of the house are more level than others and do this ball thing.
I mean, yeah, technically it's in space, really close to the moon. That kind of orbit, you would have made it.
It's hibachi. There's some spring rolls to share, and everything's up for grabs, like I said, except for the one with no rice.
No. Tim's mom is here bringing the food.
What?
Yeah, close everything up after we open it because there's freaking mice being assholes all the time. Did we get the one without rice for Tim?
I set it aside right here.
All right, good deal. This is.
Did you get Tim's? You got to make sure you get. He will be pissed. You guys won't be playing with that ball thing for at least 2 weeks if he finds out you fucked up his dinner.
Whatever, man. You have to eat it all, Andy.
It's like, I don't ask for much. Okay, I don't ask for much.
Every last bit.
Oh, what
Thank
the
you
heck?
guys for lunch. This is
Yes,
awesome.
thank you.
It started raining.
Most of them are
There's chicken in
You
here.
just wanted to talk about anime.
Anime what?
Anime and manga are clearly superior to Hollywood.
A lot about
And I'm like, I know that. Let's talk about it.
Where are the poker chips and stuff at?
I don't know. Are they stored over on that way? Do you guys know? Over there?
I think all of these people are like my age. I know Tim's my age. I think he's the same age I am. I don't know, like, the older I've gotten, and maybe it's just because of like the way my life moved and, meeting someone, having a kid and blah, blah, blah. I don't know if I would want to live in this perpetual like 25-year-old lifestyle, like just endless roommates and shit like that. I don't know. Like I'm very different though. I'm a solitary person. I like my alone time. Even this is an extension of my alone time. Even like doing Nightcap is. But I don't know.
But I'm gonna train Andy to see faces.
We're gonna play some Mississippi Stud. Who's in?
Pretty good at it.
I want to play.
Yeah, I'll try it. We'll all get really good at it, go to the casino and win all their money. Going pretty good.
Imagine he's stuck wearing that fucking beanie, dude. He's like a slave to it. He's like a slave. A beanie slave.
Custom trouble on the internet. Is that bulgogi?
Yes, it is. Yep. I ordered one of those. It was really good.
Oh, hold on here. We have an aggressive leg cross here. I don't know. Not natural. Not natural.
Is that bulgogi?
Yes, it is. Yep. I ordered one of those. It was really good.
Gin and tonic cures malaria.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the plan.
All right.
We're going to the casino Saturday. So y'all gotta learn how to play in Mississippi Stud so that we can take the...
Oh my God. He has like a camp, a boot camp. He's like, listen, we're not going to the casino to lose money. Okay, folks? We're going to sit here. We're going to prep. I got my buddy Rain Man over here. We're going to teach him how to count cards. Let's make it happen, fellas. That's got to be his girlfriend. That's got to be his girlfriend.
The house for all it's worth!
Alright.
Are we going to see Spider-Man on Saturday?
No, Spider-Man's not on Saturday. What are you talking about? Spider-Man doesn't come out until the 17th. Start with $1.
It's like, dude, trust me. I know my Marvel movies. Okay, I know when they're coming out, buddy.
Everybody puts in $1. All right. Do you know how to play this? No?
Is poker based?
Mississippi Stud. First.
Do you think they load into a van when they go to the casino? When they go anywhere as a collective?
Take 3 cards. And then everybody gets 2 cards. All right.
Can we look at these? Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
So here's how it works. If you have, with these cards included, anything less, 5 or less pair, you lose. 6 through 10 pair, you push. Jacks or better, it's a 1-to-1 payout. 3 of a kind, 2-to-1 payout. Then straight, 4-to-1, flush, 6-to-1, and from there it just goes up. If you have jacks or better already in your hand, you've already won. So you can triple your bet 3 times. So, Allison.
So if you got between 6 and 10, don't
if
bother.
If you have 2 of them, it's 2 points.
Right, but if you just have
2, 4, fold.
Unless
Alright, so
you
who's in?
think there's
Right, unless you
pairs in there.
Well, I just want to see.
Put it.
Yeah.
Put it right there.
I'm out.
So you
So
want to
you're-
make like
yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Here's
Here's your
your
Annie at 1, 2,
Yeah.
3.
So you're.
You know, the guy who has to do these Cast Castle episodes, I don't know if it's the same guy who does the filming and the editing, but that would be like a bear of a job. Unless Tim's just like, hey, man, just do it for a couple hours every day. Because you got to shoot, and then you got to go into the editing bay, and then you got to edit. It's actually a lot. It'd be a lot of work to do on a daily basis.
You're out.
Yeah.
You had 2 7, so that was a good fold. If you want to see the next card, you got to put same bet down.
I mean, should I?
6 and 8.
Yeah.
If a 6 or 8 comes up, you could push, but that's probably a good move. Yeah.
Wait to see some of the
So
game.
Allison's in.
I'm in.
You're in.
I love
All right.
this game. I would love to
2
play it.
3s.
Nice.
Anybody got a 3? All right, everyone's in.
Oh wait, so my hand isn't my hand?
Yeah, you're making
It
a
is. You're
5.
making
This
a
whole
five
thing is your
cards.
hand.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
All right, now everyone flip your cards over.
Yeah, please.
You got a pair of aces? What?
Oh, you f***ed up royally.
Yeah, so you already won.
So I shouldn't be betting?
So you
No,
should
you-
have tripled your whole bet,
Like,
like I
here's the
said in
thing.
the beginning.
I thought
If
that's
you-
what I was doing, was
Oh.
tripling my bet because
No.
each one of these was $1.
No.
Oh, I should be like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just won huge.
Yeah.
All right, well,
It's like, well, you're just a dumb bitch. You're like Jack Murphy's kids. You know what I mean? You just can't. You can't see the bigger picture. You know?
You had a pair of aces?
So a pair of
Bet on
Reyes
freedom.
had a pair of aces.
Bet on
Darn
sovereignty.
You
it.
could
That's
get
how I
in this
feel.
game, right? No?
in your opening hand, yeah, and on Cajun, you would have made 30 to 1.
Sweet.
So you would have put an extra 5 bet. and then they would have paid you out. So there you go.
Just kind of goes on forever. I will say this. Drummers love to do shit like this. Drummers love to show off because it's so rare. In a song, in the confines of a song or a performance, you can really just go ham like this. So they love it. They soak it up. This guy is definitely soaking it up. I've already skipped ahead twice.
You know what you do? Push the whole thing up the ramp so gravity won't let it slide.
Were you bringing garbage down?
No, it's good. I just wanted to tune them up and hear how they sounded for us. So now you've got drums that will work.
Wow.
There you go. Now you got drums.
It's just so tricky.
It's so cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's
You
like
know,
a
there are people that
highlight.
try to sell their car so they can go see you drum, and we
Yeah.
just have you over.
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
It's just fun.
I have no idea who the fuck that guy is. I assume he's some sort of musician.
That was so cool. Thank you. Oh my god.
You got 400! Allison, you got 400.
Like I'm telling you, it's like the island of lost boys over here, dude.
I like games, so.
Do you like ping pong or do you like pool better? Because you could do
I'm better at ping pong than pool, but I like both.
So you're gonna break your arm if you don't press.
Well,
Okay.
I like it. Let's try. So, where you from?
Yes, I work here.
Ah!
Everyone's like afraid to play her because she's gonna win,
We just entertain our guests.
Yes.
We just make it happen on Freedom of Stan.
Just kidding.
You know, it's a nice place. Not gonna lie, it's a very nice place.
Okay, we're warming up. Just kidding. That's why I hit it right in there. Oh, he's got spin! This is, oh my gosh, this is great. Dude, you have to stay.
I got one or two serves that
Cancel
can.
the show.
If you can get my serve, I'll be in trouble.
All right, well, that's the end of that video. I'm going to pick one more Cast Castle video, and then maybe we'll probably call it a night. Probably call it a night after that. We've been going for more than 2 hours. A little short. I'm just very curious. Seamus and Jack try the grossest alcohol on Earth. Oh,
Right now we're buying some supplies.
we found the fucking Murph. We found Murph. Got to end the night on Murph. We started here. We'll end there.
Right now we're buying some supplies for the pit bike because a couple of videos ago I fell. I took a digger because I was pulling Brett up the driveway. I think we did it like 6 or 7 times and no issues, and the throttle got stuck and I went down like a sack of potatoes. But I rolled out pretty good. But there was some issues with the bike, so we're getting a new clutch, shifter thing for your foot. What do you call it? Is that what it is?
Shifter, lever, I don't know. What are they
Whatever
called?
they identify in here. That's the
Gear
shifter,
shifter,
alloy
alloy.
folding, unbreakable lever, 110cc. We're getting that, and we're getting some new bars.
I think it fits me. It's snug, but that's kind of what you want, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you make it fit. It's fine.
So you have a dirt bike background?
Very small. Very small. I actually, the first time I was ever on YouTube was when I was a kid.
I have no idea who this person is. Is this Jepson's? Is this Jepson?
10 years old, and my
No, that's
dad's
the alcohol they drink. They're gonna
friend had a bunch of land, and he had a YouTube channel called Mental Minis.
Oh, man.
And he posted a video. I was like, I think 8 years old on this little 50cc dirt bike, and there's one video where it was like Sarah gets a little squirrely because it was super muddy, and so my bike like went like this, and so my legs kind of flailed about, and then yeah, there was just another video of me just going in circles with my dad, and it was really funny because anytime he tried to pass me, I would.
And now I'm married to Jack Murphy.
Tried to speed up. I was like, no, you can't pass me.
Yeah.
What do you think this is? No, I'm better than you or
His
some shit like
newest
that. In
conquest.
my mind, I was like, you can't do that. And I remember after I got off, my dad was like, you kept speeding up. I couldn't catch up to you. I was like, yeah, there was a reason for that.
There's always a race, forever.
Right? Yes, forever a race. Always a competition. I'm in first.
So this is a semi-automatic, no clutch. You can shift through.
Yeah.
You're probably pretty familiar.
Yeah, because that's how mine was, like the little 50cc. My dad has the one with the clutch, and so I haven't ridden that one that much.
Press the stopper down. That's your gears. Shift it up.
Right. Man, this is gonna take me so long to remember how to do
You
this.
might want to put it in neutral, shift it down.
Yeah. I think mine, you had to shift up for it. Or are they all supposed to be?
No, it's all when you have a clutch.
It's very interesting content here. Sarah's hidden talent. Skip ahead. Her hidden talent is that she can ride a dirt bike.
I was just saying, like, if we have pit bike races at the new property, you'd be whooping some ass.
I would be so down. Like, I just had to get comfortable on it again, but then
You were looking good. You had your foot down. You're all getting leans. I'm like taking notes in my head. How to properly get a proper turn.
I mean, I think
Oh man, this guy's trying to get laid hard. This is a nice piece of property. Wherever they are, I think they're in Maryland, maybe Virginia somewhere. Nice place.
like, I don't think technically you're supposed to put your foot down, but for me it helps with balance. And then once you get comfortable, especially if you have full gear, because if you do fall, you're gonna completely skin your side.
Yeah.
So that's why I put my foot down just in case.
Oh God, slip.
Like I think this is actually really cool and awesome that people can do this kind of stuff. But when you listen to somebody as a pundit giving kind of life advice and talking about freedom and liberty and the cost of it and what it means, do these people live like a regular American life? Does Tim?
There we go.
You like my socks? They're poop socks. They're amazing.
Oh boy. What you guys building? We're building a tree fort. Chicken City. Okay. It's a very dynamic camera work going on.
Hey Chris, your meals are here. Yeah,
I think that's I think that's Tim's brother. Who they had some sort of like big falling out at some point, but I guess maybe now they're together. Well, glad to see it.
What'd you get?
Wings and things.
Sandwiches.
Sandwiches, burgers, chicken sandwiches. All from your local Applebee's. Burgers.
Yeah, but also.
Oh, jeez.
Do they not know how to cook? They have all of this stuff and nobody can fucking whip up some food for people? This is like living like a fucking 25-year-old. You have all of this and you can't fucking make meals at your house? Even on a daily basis. Like, one of these fuckers could cook. That could be like their thing. It could be their thing.
You ever seen Black Hawk Down? It's a good movie. I just rewatched it recently. What's it about? It's about a Black Hawk that goes down. Oh.
You hear that? Is it him? Yeah. He makes weird noises. So we're gonna breed him. He's got poop on his hands. That's right. And I have poop on my hands.
Well, you make funny noises. That's how you hold me by the poop.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
She's not getting feathers, dude. Yeah, she is. She's a little late. Her shoulders didn't have feathers before, now they're growing. Look at her body. It's like she's just delayed. She's growing, but her feathers aren't growing.
Well, that would be cool.
You say burp burp.
Burp, burp, burp. Burp, burp, burp.
Hello, little rooster. Go home and play. Go home and play.
Oh, thank you. Let's move on.
Really deep search to see if nothing was just kind of lost. But if you've got literally a cryptographic series, record, then the search takes 1 second, right? And so a lot of it is just that there's already a very, very high fee that gets charged into that. And so a lot of that cost can be taken care of just by reducing it dramatically, just by saying the cost to sell your house just went down dramatically because the records are being kept in this indelible thing that can't actually be altered and reduces the underlying administrative cost of transferring that deed from one party to another. But yes, that's exactly the moment when the fee would be assessed.
Are they watching a video or are they part of a conference? How high dollar is this operation?
When the record's going into the blockchain, in order for it to be considered valid by the OIP daemon that decides this is in or out, two things need to be true. It needs to follow a standard. The actual JSON format needs to be recognizable in what it's expecting. And if there should be a fee, that fee is attached to it.
Oh, and probably I think you were worried about the price of the token going up and not affecting things. OIP prices things in dollars.
Exactly. So the only thing that isn't priced in dollars is if it's a non-commercial thing and the price is a matter of how much too much block congestion. But block congestion is calculated based on the size of the data, et cetera. So even when we're talking about like an expensive transaction on the Bitcoin side, when it got really congested and bad, sure, there was crazy ones where it was like $100. Those were almost always, that would be like Bitrex doing a single transaction to clear a bunch of deposits or something.
Okay, yeah, that's great. Play of the month.
Want something done right, you gotta do it yourself. So I forgot how Moist happened. Why is he? What was his first? Did he do Twitter originally or? Miramax's 4 Weddings and a Funeral, where they refer to fornication
Like, who is this person? See her a lot.
as tabletop tennis, but was
Asked of me to be
Here we
brought
go.
back a special.
It's
a special treat.
She's being humble. She's being humble.
No, I was asked to bring.
It was
this
all
back.
her idea.
We couldn't
I think this might be Tim's mom.
find
It's a
it
special
here.
treat for the Illinois boys. You gotta
We couldn't find it here.
What's the backstory?
Is this
Allison?
Oh my
was
God.
like
It
very
wasn't my
thoughtful.
idea.
Where did it? What city did this come from?
Illinois
It came from
boys.
Chicago.
Okay, well, he called her Allison. He didn't call her mom. You never know. Some moms, they have kids young, like 40 or so. Well, no, he's 35. That would be a little young. His mom could be like 55. She could still look like that. Sure. Checks out to me.
The Illinois boys were going to be in for a special treat.
Does Tim drink now? I thought Tim didn't drink. Guess we'll find out. After they get this box open.
I was going back to Chicago and I was like, I might as well just bring it
A
back.
special treat.
Oh my gosh, I knew it! I knew it. Is this old style? Because
here you go.
Keep going.
Oh my god, it's the stuff.
Gerbities.
What are we looking
I had to go on a plane. I had
He's 6'5", 250 pounds. I guess that guy's very tall too. He just seems like one of them.
High static. This is that weird liqueur thing, isn't it? What is it? The Malort? Malort.
Oh no! You got Malort. Why did you do this?
Oh god.
It's for Chicago. For Chicago.
Oh my gosh! All right, we just went from drinking a $500 bottle of 40-year-old whiskey to Malort. Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Right?
That's the right direction.
The opposites.
I have no idea what it tastes like. I can only assume it's bad.
It tastes like Malort.
That's like, not taste
Yeah, you can't handle it. Thanks, Don. All right, you ready? You ready, Illinois boys?
You're not gonna
I
try
don't,
it?
I don't drink.
At all?
I don't drink. I'm a teetotaler.
Mold. Is it real?
It smells like mold. It's very herbal. It's like very herbal.
That is vile.
Well, we've got 3.
It cannot be that bad. If they're handling it that well, there's no way it's that bad. No way. These are virgin palates. And as he said, they were just drinking a $500 bottle of whiskey before this. No. I don't believe it's that bad.
Bottles to enjoy.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It's called a novelty liqueur.
Yeah. It's wormwood.
The novelty is it tastes
Just,
terrible.
just wormwood.
I
Like, that's it.
feel very loved right now.
I love you guys.
And very warm.
Yeah. It's like my mouth is trying to get the flavor out of it.
Thank you so much, Tim.
Look at they just ignore Ian. Back's turned. Slight reaction to Ian. Ian's just over there being weird.
Cast.com.
It's not bad. It's bitter at first and then it gets sweet.
No, it's not. It is bad.
If it's so
It
not
is
bad,
bad.
have
That's
another-
why we drink it.
Yeah. We don't drink it because it's good.
It's good. Drinking is you want to suffer. Can someone give me some meat? Ian, give me close amount of it. Can I just take some of your plate?
It's fine. Here.
Just something.
You got something?
Where's my chaser?
I'm really trying to be grateful for the surprise here.
Doesn't that just like
that really
make
helps.
you homesick?
It really does. I was just there in
Good
Chicago.
about old style RC
He's
Cole.
like, well, it makes me sick. So that's the Jack Murphy connection to Tim Pool. They're Chicago boys. The Illinois crew.
I'm sorry, no old style.
Two
It's
weeks
not even the
ago,
original.
we were there and we had some, and it literally made us sick at home. So there you go.
Yeah.
New vlogs daily, everybody. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Well, I think that's the night. I don't see what else we kind of covered what we wanted to cover. Hold on, let me look at something real quick here. Mike Watt, Piss Bottle Man. Let's do it. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for joining. We'll see you next time on Nightcap. Okay? Good night.
Some things a guy gets from his pie. Some of those things get spaced, others never forgot. I got such a tradition. I keep in my truck cash.